Okay. So yeah, had some fun with that DaVinci Resolve.
Hmm.
It's quite good. I'm going to
Hmm.
have a bit more of a play with it, figure out some of the way it works, and hopefully produce some good work from it.
Yes.
Yes, it's been a big couple of few days, man. Doing the things. Stuff back and forth. So I probably need a holiday after the holiday just to recover. Special double holiday. Expecting some storms tonight, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Oh, really? Like electrical?
Coming down from the north, apparently, but they're rolling slow, so.
So I think I need to just check what I'm doing here.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. I'm
So I figured I'd make a new T-shirt for tonight after watching Oppenheimer. Inspired by the Oppenheimerich. I remember for quite a few years I used to hear on you.
in a second. The Phoenix is just
You're up
am I
doing the thing.
very generous of you?
Well, always seem to do the thing pretty well.
Uh, have you run out of?
Big red moon last night.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
So Rachel tried something today, giving 10 hours of screen time. So you think, okay. Uh, I got to just make a comment. Sorry,
Mm.
it's quite random, but that last Frieren one where Himmel, she's like hugging Himmel in the daytime, and then he's banging her.
Oh yeah, the pretty hard.
That's it's interesting, sort of yeah, fanfic, I
Yeah,
suppose,
yeah,
because
it
that's
is. It
certainly
is. I
not
remember
the
I'd purely come across these things in a random fashion.
not for sure. No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, Oppenheimer was a movie and a half. 3 hours, man.
Was it? There you
Hmm.
go.
Yeah, it was long.
Till 9 p.m. Done.
Extended
Let's.
extended playtime for holidays.
Uh, I don't know. For surviving his domestic experience,
Mm.
perhaps.
Mm.
Perhaps. Oh, why is my audio not what's happened with my voice?
One on my end.
Oh no, my I just need to have that. Oh, gosh, it's so I don't know why the audio doesn't work into AVAKIT, but it doesn't.
I pass through.
I don't know. Like if I switch it to audio, so it's tracking from the audio source, it just doesn't.
Want to?
Yeah, I mean, I have to kind of yell into it almost to make it go.
Isn't there a sensitivity bar?
No, not for mouth tracking, advanced
There is
tracking,
on the PC one.
advanced tracking. Oh, actually, did I need to have that switched on? That's kind of weird. No, it's already failing a bit, isn't it? Like it's already. If I go back to
Sorry, I'm
camera.
not in front of the screen at the moment.
Ah, I think the thing with camera uh, uh, is that better? Uh, I think the thing with camera is, I think the thing with if you do audio tracking, that it doesn't do the. Oh, it does do laughing now. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They've improved
should pick up the rest of your
because it wasn't
words
doing laughing in
before.
earlier.
Yeah.
No, I'll try. I have something happening. I'll let it go.
Mm,
So what I was some no, am I going to do this tonight? Hmm. I was considering recording my side of the green screen.
mm. Doing like a double overlay.
I just don't think I'll ever be able to sync it up, the video, from my experiences just with doing our trying to do episode 1 of season 2, which isn't
Mm.
it's taken me a while because I'm just thinking about it, you know.
Hopefully you get a better split this time.
A better what?
Audio split.
Oh, hopefully, yeah. Is it turned on? You want to check it?
Yeah, I double checked everything. So
Fuck.
yeah.
So, but audio aside,
Mm.
even the video is has tape stretch. Yeah,
How is that?
like the video,
How is that
the video.
possible? Is it the live thing you reckon?
No, it's because like say I'm 1 for 1, like 1 second equals 1 second on my end, like
Yeah.
on my video right now.
Mm.
But when that then ships to you via a video conferencing client,
Yeah. You're
the
getting a
lag
bit of
is not the lag is not consistent. It changes.
right.
You know what I mean? Like I might have slightly higher or slightly lower lag to you, like ping time. The ping time fluctuates
Mm.
between us. And so that's the tape stretch.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
And
Because I mean, to me, like you sound fine. I'm talking to you and you're talking back to me. I mean, I don't see any audio distortion there or
no, I'm synchronized.
time
If
distortion.
everything is at your end,
Yeah.
it's fine. But if I, like, say, for example, if we did VR right now
Mm.
and I
Oh,
record my
yes. Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
stream and your stream,
Versus that's where we
even
need
it's not the
that's where we
audio is not
need the
the issue.
third, man. We need camera head.
Mm,
VR. VR is not going to work properly and be synced properly unless we have camera head.
mm.
Then
Which is interesting.
camera head will allow us then to use our own cutaways from our
Mm,
perspective,
mm.
like cut them into the camera heads, at the right points. Thought
Yep.
we'd do a bit of shop talk before we went live.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, Oppenheimer
Mm.
was a good movie, man. Definitely a
Oh, you liked
boys movie.
Oppenheimer?
Definitely a boys movie, that one. Christian would have loved it.
Why would you say it's a boys' movie? That's interesting.
Oh, just the whole, way women were portrayed in it was
Oh, really?
like, well, it wasn't. There were some real strong female characters,
I mean,
and
they
and
were on
he
the
was a
science
bit of a
team.
debaucher, like he
What did he
slept
do?
around quite a bit. So that was,
Oh. Was
just
there a
a
lot of
thing.
sex scenes in it?
Quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, right.
Hmm. It's a particularly good one where he's getting interviewed or um interrogated, and he has to recall this hooking up with this Russian broad that he fell in love with years and years ago, and they sort of have this thing wherever every time she rings, he just goes off to bang her like the mistress,
Oh, yeah, yeah, good,
and
good.
he's regaling it in court, and his wife's like looking at him, and he then imagines himself naked, completely naked, and then the girl, his wife, is like imagining him naked and the girl on him doing the business, like fucking his brains out, middle of the court case. Yeah, there's, like I said, man, there's,
just for the viewer's amusement.
of
Like,
course, of course, yeah, yeah, place them in the scene. Yeah, it was
I suppose that's an interesting thing actually, because if you were in a courtroom
mm,
with your partner who's been cheating,
mm,
and then descriptions were coming out,
and regaling the
yeah, then you probably would
acorns.
actually
Yeah,
do that, wouldn't
have
you? Would
spin
be,
out.
yeah, you'd be a bit affected, wouldn't you?
Mm.
Hmm.
I will play around. I'll go between AVAKIT and Magic Mirror, but I'll
hmm
sort of just turn
How does that
myself
go if you
or
switch?
turn myself off and then turn myself back on when I'm in the other character. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like sort of going off the screen to change sort of thing.
So yeah, I guess that's the thing. So the tape stretch is the problem in so much as like I could yeah, if we recorded at each of ourselves locally and like I wasn't mixed in like that and you were recording. Hmm.
Mm.
I wonder, like, yeah, no, we wouldn't be able to do like it would be, yeah. There's just no way to. I don't know. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out how. Yeah, if I recorded the audio and yeah, basically, if you were able to record a local copy of you without me,
Mm.
then I could do it.
Well, oh, okay. So if I didn't include you in my scripting,
Like if you were just saving a local copy
mm,
of yeah, you doing whatever you're doing in OBS.
yep, minus you, then you could put yourself in.
Hmm. Actually, here's something interesting.
But that wouldn't work too well for the live though.
Well, are you using the virtual camera?
Yeah,
Ah, because you're sending to
sending it into Zoom.
Zoom.
Yep.
And why are we doing that? Just so you can see, I can see you.
Yeah, and you can see what's on the screen.
Hmm.
Get a reference of what's on the screen on my end instead of having to open up the
Hmm.
live. Start prepping for
Oh,
the live.
hang on.
I'm gonna start prepping for the
Hang
live.
on, hang on. Let's
Yep.
try this. I just want you to check something. So I just opened up my settings
Mm,
with the virtual camera. I'm on 30.0.2 of OBS. And when I go into the configure virtual camera and it's pretty basic. It just has
mm.
output type, output selection.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I've got a new one now called source.
Same.
And what source does is where's the virtual camera? I'm just trying to think if there's a way. The recording is always what is the record? I wonder if they're three separate things.
Where you can have it as another output
Well, there's the
video
streaming.
source. That'd be interesting. Multiple video sources and they split so what's coming in rather than being like all the parts if I export the video, all the parts if you import it into or play it back through the OBS, he would have all the individual parts separated. That'd be cool.
I'm just seeing if there's any option. The recorder doesn't allow it. The recorder is just doing program, I guess, which is the whole thing, which is the same as streaming.
Hmm.
So it's only the virtual camera that lets you output like yeah, but yeah, I think
And
also
then
you
I can
still
switch depending on what space we're in. Like say for instance we went over to the VR space and I switched to VR space.
yeah, but that's not
You'll see that.
no. I'm gonna get an eCam license for a month and just see what we can do. It's not going to change anything. We can't. I just what I want to achieve is that doesn't matter. Let's just go back to the thing. Like I just need to get over myself. I'm trying to be not cheap. That's what my problem is. I
Yeah,
need to stop.
can't. We are cheap, so it's just the way it is.
Am I that out of sync?
No, no, no. This is me tweaking.
Have you noticed how like the way? I mean, sure, I still do Fenty moves,
Yeah.
but the way I move, I've got heaps better at like moving my body so that my avatar does something meaningful.
Yeah.
Like it'd be interesting to see how I move, like if I was like recording my live body, because it would be. I think it's quite not just slowed, but but I think I do. I would move kind of slowly, like in sort of like a fluid.
What I should do is move my characters in front of yours, so when you
Sorry,
Fenty,
I'm
you no
just
no,
leaning
but
all
when
over.
you Fenty, you go in behind me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and you won't disappear into that half screen by me doing that either. You know what I mean? Like if you lean all the way my way now, right? You know how you normally your hand would disappear
Oh, this is
and go
cool. Hey, we're
cut.
actually because I've
Yeah.
moved myself over to the left more, haven't I?
There you go.
What if I moved myself all the way over, like properly, so you could have, so we could both have full screen access?
Well, I did that a couple of times. It's probably best if you go behind me because then when
Yep.
you hit me, you sort of your edge of your screen's there, so it won't look like you're disappearing.
Like I can. That'd be interesting because what I would do is that I position myself on my screen so it's perfect for what you want. So I do the positioning of myself. Hey, I played with some lighting options in AVAKIT. You can do different kinds of lighting. Hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so I
yeah,
mean,
and
just
change the light source and spin it around and do all that sort of jazz. Yeah,
it
it's cool.
was cool. Hey,
All right, I'm
so I
gonna
think I've got.
sneak in a
I'm not sure.
couple
I think
more
do I
before we start the live.
did I start the? No, I was doing yeah, but I'd done a afternoon, which meant my shadow was kind of goldy colored. It was kind of
Mm,
nice.
mm. And you can change the different, like the whether there's lights or whatever, what color light. Some cool options. Ed took off. He's going back to India for a bit.
Oh, was that going away? Like a little drink? Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, he was leaving today. Bit sudden, but yeah, quit his job. Just fucking going back home.
Wow.
Fuck it.
Yeah, look, I mean, the amount of conversations, well, actually, well, I have very few conversations. But in them, the amount of conversations I've had recently of people saying, "Hey, hey, good, yeah." Were you in? Are you into London? Yeah, wow. Hey, Marlo. Hey, friends have returned. More friends, more scratches.
Mm,
It's good times. That's what you want. More humans equals more scratches.
absolutely.
Mm,
Or attention.
that's it. That's what you want.
Look at me, look at me.
Mm.
Gimme.
Right.
Look at me, Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy, Kimmy. All right, let's start this broadcast.
Yeah.
Number
On the
2.
cheap this evening.
Cheap. Cheap. Cheapest. um,
I'm getting better at doing the faster sounds of magpies. Did I tell you?
I was singing me some wonderful songs today.
Did I tell you about my experience like last week with
No?
the magpie?
Oh, the
I just can't remember if I told you. I no, maybe not.
no, no,
So I sing magpie
of
and the
course,
journey of that's been interesting in my life.
sure.
Like I've had a long journey with magpies.
Mm,
I mean,
some
I
wonderful
live in
tunes.
Australia. I'm a part,
Mm.
so that's just part of being
Know that
Australian.
you are part of the fauna here, not the flora. Well, you probably will be the flora when you're not living anymore. You'll turn into flora.
That'd
But
be all right,
at
eh?
the moment, you're fauna.
Imagine that turning
You
into a
are
bunch of
considered the
flowers.
flora.
People are like giving you away to other people as gestures of love.
Of course.
That'd be nice.
Mm.
I'd totally be. That's the thing. It's actually instead of being turned into like a brick pyramid in Birmingham or something,
Mm.
um, actually being used to like create to give flowers, and you like have this flower bed basically, and you're used to fertilize the flower bed in a more wholesome way than friggin' burnt.
Mm.
And then the flowers that are created from that then go out to all the people that you loved, and they've all got like this thing. And you make sure that whatever the plant is, perhaps actually not just flowers, whatever the plant is, creates seed. Yeah. And
Mm.
so that if they are inclined so to do, they can then create like continuum of you, you know, so that you just keep
Ah,
like with each seed,
continuous
like
propagation.
yeah, yeah. So like you have a plant, you grow a plant inside yourself that like, and then because it's like then, sucked up your nutrients to make itself, that the seed is literally made of you.
Of course.
Hmm.
Yeah. You are embodied in the flower.
Yeah,
You
totally.
have
It's
become
used
the
as
plant.
genetic, it's used
Yeah,
as genetic
whichever the
code to
plant
like
might be.
recode you into a flower.
You're that flower. That's it. Get to be the wonderful orchid you always wanted to be.
I'm totally down for that. You've given me a new death goal. I like it.
Mm,
Like,
mm,
that's it's better than being
mm.
turned into like I
Seen some
previously
wonderful
I'd wanted to be turned
skulls,
into a
that
soup
have been decorated. I mean,
and eaten by my friends.
porcelain ones rather than the real thing, but decorated with the special orchids just living on them, dug in. Look very effective.
Because orchids are a bit parasitic like that, aren't they?
Mm, mm,
So they could actually just feast on you. Oh,
mm.
I see, the living orchid. Mm.
That's it. A few mushrooms. You got your whole afterlife down pat for the old meat sack. It's
What would that be
it's
like?
gonna give back. It's giving back. It's not gonna
What would it be
go in and
like
know
to
people
have
or nothing.
magic
It's just gonna
mushrooms
have special
like
things
grown
growing
on the
off you.
corpse of your friend?
Yeah.
Would that have a certain, flavor to the trip? I think it would, eh? Whether you knew, like, just the
Well,
thinking of it's
I
one
mean,
thing.
that's where you sort of got to think of the whole, eat upon my flesh. Have some of the mushrooms. Be that monkey that wants to know more. Don't be the lonely monkey sits on the hilltop, you know, thinking about bananas and stuff. Be that one socializing with the other monkeys, getting inside them one more time with a mushroom.
Hmm.
Because ideally, to give back is it's a true meaning of love.
It is, hey.
Hmm.
Hmm. So
The
yeah,
return.
wow. No,
Oh, hello, Mr. Bear. Yes, you made it on live on TV.
oh, I'm very enthused by this death option.
Hmm.
I
Well, they've been doing the pods for some time now, like where you can put your ashes and your body in a pod, and then select the tree of your choice. And
fucking ashes. You've
right,
destroyed all
right.
the nutrient value.
Yeah,
Like,
just
what's
I'm
the
saying,
point?
but you
It's
you
like eating McDonald's. It's
well,
like
no.
imagine if you
In
just
these
try to
ones,
feed
it's like
McDonald's to a
you
plant
get all the
and
you
you
don't
just
get
wait, what the
embalming
fuck?
fluid or
I suppose just eat the
poisonous shit
cardboard.
put into you. Just get the plonked in the little pod, seed on top, bang.
No, you want to be put into like like, have you ever heard of weed tea? Like where you put like you've got like a thing, like a bucket in your yard,
Yeah,
and then you have all your weeds, and then you put the weeds in the
in
bucket,
there.
and then they dissolve into the liquid and
Mm.
become like a
Become like
sort
a
of a thing, and you can
fertilizer.
use that as a
Mm.
tincture, or not a tincture, but a thing across your garden to
Mm.
like, yeah,
To revitalize. Correct.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So
Everything's worth, its weight and value in decomposing realm. That's for sure.
hmm. So I think, yeah, I think that it's very irresponsible to be cremated, and it's a bit
Well,
dumbass to
you,
be
you
like,
you're taking away nutrients. I mean, what are you giving back? You're giving back a bit of dust for a fucking rose bush or something, so it flowers nicely.
oh,
Why not just give it all back and then
oh.
let
Yeah, and
the
otherwise you've just
plants
become.
and the little animals have their feast, final feast. It's like the ultimate.
Do you think? How do you think loved
eh,
ones would deal with a person deciding that they wanted to be
Well,
eaten
in
by
older
dogs?
cultures, people would just crawl up into trees and
That's
let the
like the thing.
animals, things eat them. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, well,
was
in
their
Tibet that
if it
was a
was
thing,
part
wasn't
of
it?
their
Like where they would.
tribe, they were part of the bear people, then the ultimate return would be getting eaten by a bear, wouldn't it?
Oh wow.
Back into the, mother bear, father bear. You're a bear person.
Yeah, well that would
So I
be
guess,
unfortunate
in,
if you
in,
were
in the
like,
unfortunate ways where, women and men succumb to their pets, because they passed away in the house full of cats, and next thing you know,
ah,
you know, the cat lady becomes a cat lady dinner cats.
does that happen? I mean, I reckon it would.
It does. It
I
does
think a
happen
dog would
quite
eat you,
often.
no worries. It wouldn't
Quite
even give a
often.
shit.
And this is the sad indictment on society is it probably happens a lot more than you know. A lot more
Do you think
than
so?
the authorities would lead on to.
Oh, they just don't even really.
Well, there's
We're
been cases
concealing
where
that
people
that
haven't
pets
even
eat their
realized they've
pet
been dead
that
for fucking 10
the prison
years, 15
the prison
years.
wardens.
Break the door open on this person's house. They got bills and the grass is growing crazy and all these notices from the council to clean up. Break into the person's house and then just sitting on the fucking couch. It's been mummified for fucking 15 years, you know, because no one bothered to check on them. That's a sad indictment of modern society when people can be dead for 15 years or more and then be discovered and it's like, oh shit, do they have any friends, family, whatever? No, had nobody. Born, never had a partner, just had a job, did their job, and then once they retired to their
It's literally
animals
like
in their
that's
house
40K
and
hive
closed the
world shit,
door,
eh?
and as soon as they dropped dead, fucking no one ever checked on them.
That is seriously 40K hive world,
Mm,
like like lived experience.
mm.
Yeah, my mum would talk about that in Sydney. How people people that like people would have like their biggest relationships would be like with the where they got the newspaper in the morning. Every
Yeah,
morning on their way to work,
yeah.
they get the
They're
newspaper
actual
and their
the local
and yeah,
people.
and that and get the carton of milk or whatever,
Mm,
and then
mm.
they talk to the shopkeep, and it would be the
That's it.
shopkeep who would realize that they didn't come in,
Oh, don't
you know,
worry.
and be
I
like,
heard
oh,
them.
where's
I've
old
heard
Tom? You know,
shopkeepers whinging about the people they have to serve, and I'm thinking, well, to myself, exactly that same thing. So these poor people, this is the only bit of conversation they get in a fucking day. Coming down,
the
going,
whole day.
thank
Yeah,
you. You know, oh, how's your blah 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 blah? Oh, me aches and pains. You know, just come out of hospital. Got to
yeah,
share me grief and me pain with
yeah.
you.
Literally, they could be the only person or one of two,
Yeah.
you know. And with high rotation stuff, where the person you're talking to doesn't even own the business,
Mm, mm.
that's kind of, you know, like who's on shift, you don't even know, and it, like I'm just thinking about that, like how
That's
that
why
actually
older people
damages
prefer
communities
the little,
in a
you know,
way.
the corner shops, because the same people are there. That's where they develop that little
Mm.
relationship.
So I think it's socially
Everybody
important.
knows your name. So you go to the store and they go, oh, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, you going?
And they'd
You
be
know,
like and then they'd be like,
such
oh,
and
those two
such.
younglings
Yeah,
that
good to
just went
see you
past
too,
there,
and such
that's old
back, you know.
Cyber's younglings, yeah,
Hmm,
doing the thing. Yeah.
true.
Mm. And now they don't even know and they don't look, and we're just all looking at our phones. And
It's
is it,
it's
you know what?
stuck
I think the
fucking
thing is like when people like are gonna like arc up, "Oh, what do you mean? I'm just like my job's gone and it's just been replaced with like a, you know,
AI fucking
robotic
robot
AI
robot
system.
friend. It's
Yeah.
far more superior at
Oh,
doing my
this
job.
just yeah.
Isn't a lazy son of a bitch. You
Yeah, but I think the
know?
thing is like that it's interesting, isn't it? Because like they'll be attentive to the job.
True.
I mean, if you actually had
What are you
like
feisty for?
the robot that was down at the newspaper store, that kind of thing,
Feisty
down the
monkey.
down at the,
Hmm.
they would become because they would be there all day, every
John
day.
Barnett, you
And if you
got this
gave them
toy.
permanence of memory, so they actually knew they could remember
Hmm.
who you were,
Created sort of familiarity to
and then
enhance shopping
the sin bin
performance.
comes in and the
Hmm.
Sinshu's in there and like so
Old
and
grumpy old Sinshu fucking coming in for his
yeah,
daily kibble. Where's my fucking
this
kibble, you
fucking
robot,
kibble.
you
That's just
filthy
what.
fucking
Do,
robot?
do
Where's
you
me
know? Do
fucking
you
kibble?
realize we are going to be like we will be eating kibble in our lives?
Probably eating kibble already.
Sure,
Half of the
but in that
preservative
real
shit
sense, man,
in the
kibble
food
is like
these days is fucking kibble, wouldn't it be?
I'd say around by 2050,
And we've
2060.
discussed the whole, the
Yeah.
having to eat your neighbours to survive sort of shit. So
Oh, it's
yeah,
just totally reasonable.
there is no coming back from that, and saying that people don't get caught in machines every fucking day. A little bit of skin here, a little bit of blood there. Add to the pud.
Yeah, but usually you're eating yourself. I mean, rarely are you eating someone else's. I mean, there's
Well, you don't.
things.
We don't go out of our way to, but incidentally, that's a good word. Close to
Ah,
close to zero.
I mean, in worship of the goddess, I have totally painted myself in blood.
The wound that never heals, blood, or the other, open the skin and let thine own out type. Which one are we
No,
talking about?
the waste product of
Oh, yeah, the wound that never
unrealized
heals.
continuance
That's
of
the one.
life.
That's it.
Yeah,
Wound
yeah,
that never heals.
and that's a thing. That's kind of fun.
Mm,
Like you can wear
mm.
it around. Like you can actually like paint. You say, for example, like if you do that, you can like paint
Well,
like
I've
designs all
accidentally
over your
gone in for
chest
the
and go to
dive
work and
on,
just go to work covered in like
previous partner
your
and
partner's blood,
come back up rather messy, unbeknownst, you know.
unbeknownst.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
then sort of like
ceremonial.
getting really irony. There's a real irony smell going
Ah,
on down here. I'm
that's the
trying to
best.
figure out what is this going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Pop back up and it's like, oh, looks like one of them Native Americans after a
Mm,
battle.
totally.
Mm, mm.
So I think that yeah, like covering yourself in that's just good times. The thing to do. I mean,
Well,
well, hang on,
in
that's a
the
bit weird.
moment, right time of the year, that
Let's
sort of
see if I can.
jazz. Got to be doing it at the right types of festivals. You don't just do it all the time, otherwise it's not
No,
special
it's
anymore.
so ceremonial, like not
Doesn't
like.
doesn't it takes away its specialness if it's
Yeah, that's right.
all the time.
It'd be
But yes,
all the time.
enjoyed the Oppenheimer, and that's part of the whole background tonight. Anyone
So
listening?
yeah, so tell me, like I haven't seen it. I probably, I mean, I assume I won't see it, not
Well,
because I
it's
don't want
3 hours
to.
worth, so for me it was about 8 or 9 sittings to get through the whole thing. In
Was
between
that your attention span? It was
well,
your
no,
sort of
no, no,
like,
just in between doing the mummy daddy stuff,
yeah,
daddy mummy stuff, whichever
yeah. I
way
was
you
going
want
to
to
say,
cut it.
actually, thinking, oh,
I mean, we play
yeah,
things a little differently sometimes, but
that's right.
better be careful.
Yeah.
Don't give away all the cards,
Well, they're
unless you're a
different type.
collector.
They're different ways of
Collector,
caring.
that's different.
There's like, so I have this like concept, right, which was evolved not accidentally, like, um, like deciduous trees, like deciduous. You've heard of
Yep,
deciduous plants, yeah.
yep,
So I got curious. I was like, so deciduous plants, they like they drop their leaves and yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they do that.
They do
And
an
I thought, well, there must be an
annual leaf
opposite to
liturgy.
that because there are plants that don't do that,
Yeah, of course.
and that's called assiduous.
Because they hold their leaves until they
Mm.
actually don't need them anymore.
And there was like a particular sort of period. Actually, it was sort of around the time of the movie called The Cube, if you remember
Mm.
that. Like, yeah, but it was slightly related and unrelated. And it was but I was posed a question by someone that had a lot to do like around this kind of like, what is the differences? And so, and one is like, is like that there are two kinds of, for example, care. Like one is
Yeah,
assiduous and one is deciduous. And if we can just use sort of terminology that's antiquated, perhaps by to some, is like say masculine experience of that
mm.
tends to be more deciduous, and the feminine experience tends to be more assiduous. So like a continuum, and this sort
Wishing to
of like,
hold. That's it. Whereas
well, not just hold, but like
mm. Because the other is like a forced new regrowth and
the masculine
rebirth.
kind of comes and goes. Like
Yep.
you do something, like even if you like care, like it's like looking after the thing, like you
mm.
plant the tree, come back,
Yep. Yep.
do the next thing. Where the sort of the more feminine thing would be to water it every day.
To have more care over it.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
it.
and I'm using feminine
Mm.
and masculine
Mm.
because I'm not trying to say that just because you have a penis you don't water plants or anything like that. It's
No.
just and it's this
Water plants
concept of
because you like
assiduous and
watering plants,
deciduous
Si.
more.
You know what I
Uh,
mean?
Assiduous and
Mm.
deciduous, these two sort of notions of care
Mm.
basically, and so when you're the mummy daddy
Mm.
or the daddy mummy,
Mm.
coming back to that topic, is that then basically you're having to provide assiduous and deciduous care.
Correct. Love
You
and
know,
punishment.
so
Mm.
now that's an interesting topic. Hmm.
Love and discipline. Well, let's not
So one of
call
my
it punishment.
younglings, one of the
Discipline.
younglings,
Love and
okay,
discipline. Yeah.
one of the
One
younglings today,
hand whacks, the other hand pats.
I
You
get a
know what I
call.
mean?
I get a call. Um, uh, the youngling, I need you to come to Bondi Beach.
Mm.
The youngling is hitting and kicking and throwing things at like the other youngling, and
Mm.
it's just escalating. I feel like I need to go to maybe I've told them I'm going to go get like lifesavers to come down, like these big burly guys to come down
Mm.
and sort him out.
Yep.
Mm, right.
special beatings
And
from
can
the
you come down? I'm like,
other
well,
alpha
like, I don't
men
know where, like,
to
just Bondi Beach is
reinforce
massive. Like, I need a
submissiveness.
very specific location,
Yeah.
and it's going to take me 20 minutes to get there. I mean,
Mm.
because like driving down there, there'll be fucking no park. I'm gonna have to walk or catch it. You know, like it's be stupid. Like I could try and drive there. What? Anyhow, I mean,
Mm.
so
Mm.
there's been much conversation.
I bet.
So it was managed. It was managed. I used like methods to contact the feminine youngling and say, you fucking need to tell me exactly where you are right now so I can come
Yep.
support you. And you need to tell me if you need my support. I'll be there immediately, no matter what.
Mm-mm.
Like I would just park the car somewhere and I'd just run down the beach. And
Bing
some
bang
police would
boom.
be like, no, fuck
That's it.
you. One youngling is like assaulting another youngling. I don't give a shit about your laws. This is like how we have to
Yep.
act as a community.
That's it.
So my car is illegally parked and good on it.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be there long because this will not
That's
take
it.
long.
Be there until the
So anyway,
incident is
the
resolved.
co-parent, the holder of the ovary one, the mummy of the
The
mummy daddy
bonus
combo,
holder.
yeah, managed to manage it through. And I think, and the threat of the BV guys, and we had to talk about this today. Well, there's been much conversation. So there were reasons, of course, like it wasn't for no reason that these things were happening. Things were said, there was issues, but I guess what she was saying was like this thing was like, I'm like, so what was it about going and getting these, lifesavers? Oh, they're big and they're burly and things. Well, what were they going to do?
Mm.
Were they going to punch him out?
Yeah. Were they going to,
What was the burliness?
hold
Like, how
hold
did the
hold him down while you guys took punches?
like?
You
Well,
know, I
what
mean,
was the?
mm.
And it was
what
interesting.
was
So
what solution would the brute have brought to the equation?
the the octave of their voice?
The loudness and the
No, the octave as well. So this was interesting. So you know, um, the mother was like, mother was like, I don't know, I'm trying to use like generic terms here to not,
Yeah, I get
to
it. I get it, man. It's
so
difficult. We're in a modern world, and we've got
so
to
you don't want
use
to
as
like
many
dox
modern
everybody.
solutions as possible
This
without
is modern
doxing one
solutions to
another.
modern
Yeah, yeah.
problems, right? So just
Correct.
deal with it, people, like deal with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So anyway, so the mother was like, um, when I like she said, if I'm doing it, I actually add more stress to the situation because my voice is at this
At
level,
a
the
certain octave,
pitch,
rather than
yeah,
having the lower octave, which can cause the calming and the,
brings it
you know,
down.
let me just, I'll,
And
I'll
she says,
just
when I'm trying
start
to sort it out,
peeling the
and I was just
belt
like,
off
wow, this is
around
really
my waist,
self-observant.
sort of,
This is very
you know,
interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
I'll go with this. Yeah,
peeling the
yeah, this
belt.
is good.
Mm.
And I feel
I
like that is
understand.
one of the things. It's like this
Mm.
this low octave, and I'm like,
Mm.
but because otherwise, what is the thing that I'm going to go and beat him up like I'm stronger than him? Like,
I mean, what's that going to solve, you know? I mean, unless he's assaulting someone else and you need to prove, teach him the
well,
lesson
hu-
of assaulting, then
well, it's interesting
if you,
because like the mother was like, oh, yeah, like
because sometimes they
like
need to get it
holding the
back
cricket
to
bat.
to
I'm like
understand there's a
holding the cricket bat.
two-way streak.
Like if I was in the room and someone was holding my son, the son was holding the cricket bat at me,
Yeah,
I'd just take the cricket bat off him. And if he
yeah.
hit me
Well,
with the
that's it.
cricket bat,
Well, then he'd get a little paddle back, tit for tat,
well, I would, as he went to hit me with
a
the
small
cricket bat, I
paddling.
would use his
Mm,
attempt to hit me with the cricket bat to remove the cricket bat.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't even give a fuck. And in fact, interestingly, like I would also accept being hit in the arm to defend
Mm,
myself
mm.
and have my arm shattered by the cricket bat.
Risking the old
Yeah,
age
because
shatterings. Yeah.
and there come some of those things.
Mm, the fear,
Well,
the old man
the
fear, and
daddy,
the
the daddy and the mummy
the
daddy,
old woman fear
the
of the
lower voice,
violent
the
generations.
bristling, and you just like grab them.
Cricket bat generation. Okay.
The cricket bat generation, I'll just fucking grab that shit. Don't just come at me
Mm,
with a cricket bat.
mm.
And equally, like with to the point where like if then the son was to like beat me to death with the cricket bat, like and I
Well,
wasn't able to defend myself,
mm.
for example.
I mean, he could take that to prison with him. He'd be, I don't know whether he'd be looked up to by some peers
I
in
think
prison, but
not.
beating your
I
dad to
that
death, I
that
don't know whether they'd look
perhaps
upon
then
that as
that
a
that
good
part
thing.
of that part of that
harming
daddy
others,
story
that
then
person was
is the
harming others,
willingness
and
to
then got
die.
ended, and perhaps a little bit more willingness to be friends would be capable.
Yeah. And that it's not that the threat is less that I'm going to harm the youngling, but the youngling
Mm,
knows that it doesn't matter.
mm. Harm doesn't need to be done because
No,
you
like
know
yeah, it doesn't need because
you
it's not going.
overstep boundaries. Society's there to pick up the slack.
Yeah, and I just think I
Quite
just
happy
like
to help.
maybe those are some of the things
Mm,
because I wouldn't, yeah, like I wouldn't shrink away from him going at me with a cricket bat in that way. I'd just fucking barrel in there,
yeah. Get ready for
sort it
the
out.
get ready for the wamping.
Well, yeah, whatever. Because I think that's because ultimately I feel like if you were hit once by your son,
Mm,
unless you had been a real cunt of a person, like if he's like say your son's angry
yeah.
and they're venting and they're about to do something super harm like that, like you know something brutal, and
Mm,
then you step in the way, so you
yeah.
accept you're doing the
You're
thing,
taking the
taking
brunt
the
of the
thing,
brutality. Yep.
and then the hit comes in. I don't know. Like I feel like my youngling would stop after that.
Mm,
Like the impact of that would just shatter them in enough of a way that
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 they
would be.
would no longer desire to do it again.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Mm,
And perhaps that is a bit of the deciduous nature as
mm,
opposed to assiduous. Because you can't provide assiduous care if you've been shattered.
mm, mm.
Whereas a deciduous thing, you're like, well, there you go. All my leaves fell off. Fuck you.
Yeah. I got to start all over again.
You know what? You know what? That is actually the thing. Because if you think about like back, because everything we were talking about today, I went down to like lions and shit. And I was
Mm,
like, yeah, okay, like the lion tends not to get involved with discipline
no.
in the first instance.
Yeah. But
Only if it's serious
the
biz.
initial is the mother's care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
and
the mother's care.
she creates order of the family.
The bit of cuffing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So mum learns to spoon,
Yeah.
wooden spoon. In the old days, it was a wooden spoon, and whatever fly swatters, what soft touch stuff.
Ah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you've got like Kali the Destroyer as your
Mm.
parent, your goddess has born you,
Well,
then
then you take a sword to it. You
yeah,
don't
fuck,
mess around. There's no,
that's right. The sword comes out, man.
it's a toy. It's a tool. Well,
It's
is
it is.
likely to cut himself. Well, it'll be the best lesson they ever learned.
That's it.
Mm.
And I was thinking about that, but
Sharp
if you think
things
about the
do cut.
lion,
Mm.
fundamentally, the lion's feature is that their youngling, like say the upcoming
Mm.
lion, would probably beat him in a battle and he
Probably.
would be disbanded,
That's
and
it.
that would be the changeover of the pride, wouldn't
Mm.
it?
Mm. The father, the son challenging the father. That's it.
Yeah, and so part of
Oh.
the nature of that masculine concept
Mm.
is purely deciduous. It is to be taken out
Yeah. Yeah.
by
Because
your son,
only the
effectively.
strongest will get the right to
Mm,
do the seeding.
that's right.
Mm. Mm. The new
That should be
generation
the
of the
way.
stronger.
Mm.
That's
And whatever stronger means, because we should probably like just clarify that just in and
it.
say that like depending on what species or what your experiential version of reality
Mm.
is, then what equals strongest is
Its
variable.
ability to dispatch the kill quickly is the strongest, truthfully.
Oh, yeah, no, but if you're a what do you call those things? Seahorse,
Mm.
that's probably not the case. Like, yeah, I don't think it's purely like I don't think strength is just being able to dispatch the enemy, but it is definitely to be able to protect the goddess.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
To feed the goddess.
to be the goddess.
Find the inner goddess.
Well, yeah, there's a reason why there's more than one of us, you know, and we can find the inner goddess, or we can like worship and uplift the goddess that is, you know, and I mean, partly I think, yeah, finding it inside is like that sort of sense of like being able to appreciate otherness, you know, and that but but yeah, anyway, look, I had a really quite a comprehensive chat to
Yep.
today as father as the father, and I think it was interesting. Hey, like, yeah, one thing was just simply tone of voice, just the level of like I'd come in
Yep.
and she said it was just real grounding. You guys just have this real grounding, immediate nature. It's just like, oh, that's kind of nice to hear, actually. Okay, and it didn't have to be about like it wasn't because it's like, is it about violence? But also, I just wanted to say, man, you know, mother did club is meant to club you know, boof the kid,
Mm,
the around the ear,
mm.
and the father is meant to come in and go, hey.
Ugh.
You know, are we really doing this? Because if we're
Mm.
really doing this, then, you
I
know,
get serious about it.
okay. Mm,
Young cub makes a decision of whether he wants to see what the serious is about or whether he
but
just, goes back to mummy and
but in all of this, the where we've gone as a society, where there is no punishings, no discipline,
mm.
really. Well, not no discipline, but you can't resort to a cuffing. You don't want to resort to a cuffing. You know, it's not like lioness always uses the wooden spoon.
Mm.
Like, you know, starts off with a look.
Oh, yeah. Are
You know,
you
there's
ready
there's
to cross
stages.
that line?
Hmm.
Are you going to cross the line? Look.
The stages, yeah.
Mm, mm.
And so I guess in that regard, like,
And the younglings will do it because they look at
oh,
mother. They look at mother and they see the face. They know that face, the
oh
are
yeah,
you going to cross the line face.
yeah,
And then they go look back to their sibling and going, well, mum's done the are you going to cross the line face. Let's just annoy her a little bit more to see how long it is until we get to the line.
mm,
Mm. Because we,
yeah,
cause we know when we get to the line that two things happen. One, total breakdown. Two, crazy town. Crazy town suddenly turns up. And when the mother is crying and bitterly disappointed in the children, not much happens. She's just very sad. But crazy town is when you know it becomes dangerous. I think. Never
yeah.
push a mother to that point where she gets to crazy town because
Oh no,
that's
no,
where
because
she puts all the kids in the car and drives them into a lake and shit. You know,
mm, that is that. That's
that is
exactly what
that.
happens.
That's crazy town. So best mum being crying and being consoled by friends and trying to sort
Yeah.
things out than crazy town.
Mm,
Mm, tis true. Tis true.
yeah. I mm, yes, I'm gonna have to sort out the little,
Or it's too late. That's it.
yeah, ferret, rabbit. Is a rabbit, little rabbit cub.
Yep.
Little foot's getting a little bit too keen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've decided I'm going to apply with discussion, not just
Mm.
unilaterally, but just, oh, this is interesting. I like the background.
That special animation of the testings. with sound.
Yeah. I don't know. It was good. It was an interesting day. Let's talking about like the functionality of these things, what we do. You know, what am I supposed to do? But I feel that we've messed up, and that a cuffing is okay.
Mm.
And I just said to her, because I said to the mother today, I was like, well, two things actually about it. Was like, one was like, if the youngling had previously experienced, when attempting such acts of harming their sibling, a repercussion of harm, then you would be like, don't just, and they would think, and before they, even if they were wild up, they'd be like, ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And the mother was like, "Oh, no, you just want to put you're hurting. No, we can't do that. We can't do that." And I was just like, "Okay, come from four kids, right?"
Yeah.
Oh no, I never got the belt. I was a very compliant person. Yeah, okay, I get that. So the others did get the belt. I'm like, yeah. And how many times? You know, it wasn't actually many
It
times.
wasn't continuously. It's
No,
only
because I'm
really
like,
when you're
because you
really bad
realize,
or you did
yeah,
something really bad, you know,
and if you're getting
terrible.
it real a lot, it's got nothing to
No,
do with you.
no, it's purely the adult getting a little bit of
That's
something
the
out of
adult
it.
story,
That's
man.
the
Like
adult
just
special,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It happened
That's
a
on them,
lot to
eh?
them. It's only happening a little bit to you.
Hmm.
But I have to, you know, they
But
do.
a little bit's normal.
Mm, mm.
The fact that some people did it a lot has meant that we're now not doing it at all,
Yeah.
and that's fucked up.
Yep. Yeah.
Because yeah, that's the thing with Phoenix. He wouldn't brandish a fucking, like, he would know the consequences, and even if he picked it up, he'd be like, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, I just need to something because you
Defending.
don't want.
Mm. I mean, to pick up a weapon is just to defend yourself.
I,
The only time you do that is when you
yeah,
get to that point where.
and the thing is with kids, right? If you do it like you don't, the lioness isn't beating up an adult one.
No.
It's a little tiny one.
Mm.
So you don't have to flog the fuck out of it.
No.
Like you only have
It's
to
a
give it a
tap.
spank across the
That's
ass,
it.
right? Quite serious. And
Mm.
it's like,
It's a
whoa, because you're
tappity
like,
tap.
fucking tappity.
Mm.
Yes, exactly.
Not a
A
tippity
tappity
tap.
tap.
It's just a
A
tappity
tippity,
tap.
just, I'm going to just tap
Tappity
it.
tap. That's it.
I'm just going to tap it. And then, you know, they're like, fuck.
Yeah. Serious.
Mm. And so by the time they are 10 and 12, you're not doing that shit unless you're
No.
a psycho.
No.
Yeah.
But you know that you've given them a little bit of a. There is
Yeah.
consequence
Because
to
you
being.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. There's consequence to being naughty.
Yeah, because I can pick up a cricket bat too and just club
Mm.
you to death. But you
Mm.
know, like seriously, like, let's not.
It's
What the
called
fuck are we even doing
self-control.
here? You
Mm.
know, that's insane. Let's not be insane. Or unsane, perhaps is perhaps the word. Thank you for listening.
Ah, it's always my pleasure, my friend.
Mm.
It
Is
is.
this
It
all the
is what
nuclear
the
tests that have gone off in the
Yeah,
world? Oh, this
in
is
the
excellent.
background.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I
1959.
approve.
Mm.
You know, when people talk about like how, oh, you know, oh, what if we had a, you know, global nuclear war? It's just like
Whatever.
we've already like
Yeah.
nuked the planet.
Mm. Pretty much.
Yeah. Not,
Put enough
yeah,
radiation
no,
into the
yeah.
atmosphere and into the earth to
It's irradiated.
you know get them evolutions going on.
50% cancer rate. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I wonder why that is.
I wonder why. Definitely a topic for discussion.
Oh, is it even?
Mm.
Like,
Well, it was. You know, we've talked about it, me.
mm,
Progression of mankind. Okay? Evolve or die.
evolve or die.
It's the basic message. Survival.
That's it. So you just passively irradiate the planet so that we can, you know, we're hardened.
Yeah.
Take a couple of generations.
Mm-hmm. So that when, decide to get serious and rain down
Harden
the
the fuck up.
rain down the fire from heavens and shit.
Hmm.
But maybe some of us might survive.
Oh, we will. No, totally.
Hmm.
100%.
I've eaten enough radioactive tuna in my life. The surprised I'm not glowing.
Well, just for a number of reasons. One is not everything would get nuked. That's actually quite challenging.
Yeah.
There's heaps of places that wouldn't get nuked, blind valleys and all sorts of things. And then amounts would be different distances from things. It's not like the whole place gets, and so
Rated.
yeah, I mean things survive. Like yeah, Chernobyl. There's many examples. Like it's not the end. It's not the end of days. It's the end of well, yeah. We haven't terminated ourselves that much.
And if you think about it, like if we were advanced civilizations, tens of thousands of years ago, it would be rather ironic that this is the way that we tend to fucking destroy ourselves. Get to the point where we could do some real good with what we know rather than creating destructive tools. But in the end, we decided to blow each other up. And then the next, Stone Age comes along and then goes back to a technological age. And then all of a sudden, we're all fighting over fucking whose god has got the biggest fucking dick, and all that sort of shit. And, whose goddess has got the all swallowing vagina. You know what I mean?
The total zero.
And then blow each other up. What an ending.
Yeah.
You'd think we would have evolved as a species.
Okay, so the thing is this. I've thought about this. So I want to contribute this. So instead of like looking backwards, let's first of all do something more interesting and look that maybe helps us see backwards by looking forwards.
Future
and
past.
Go, yeah, okay, let's say we do something catastrophic to ourselves. Maybe it's not nuclear war or whatever. Like so, but we fuck out and we go back
biological.
to and like the Mayans, we don't know how who's
as long
left
as
is
it's
just
the
sitting there
humans that are affected, the animals and everything else. As long as they survive, that'd be cool for me. Like
yeah.
We all
let's say we
all
just
the
go
human fucking Earth wreckers suddenly just disappeared. Then there's nothing but the animals left just to live in a natural order. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? A few billion years from now, the cats have
that's
taken
terrifying.
over. Cats have become like
no
walking, talking.
I would say
Similar to the red dwarf experience. Time jump. Goes into sleep for 1 billion years and wakes up and the cat's like fully hyper evolved.
yeah, maybe I'd say we get one more chance. I'd say this planet gets one more chance. I'd say, yeah, I'd say like if we fucked it up, then I'd say the amount of time it would take the planet to evolve another species that would get life off the planet and spread the planet out might, yeah, if it had to do that again, yeah, if we don't do it, I think we're cutting it fine for getting life out of the solar system before the sun or other things cause problems.
Decide to
yeah. Some thing comes through the solar system
to the demise
plows
list.
through and fucks it up.
That's it. Contribute to the demise list.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a massive responsibility as Earth, right? Not humans, but as literally the Earth mobile
the
movement,
the organism
organized
that is
Earth,
the
to get
organism.
the hell off the planet and take Earth with us. You know,
spread the dirt amongst the clouds.
That's it. That's what our duty is. That's what we're designed for. Get the fuck on with it. You know, like, stop hurting each other.
Tired of these other planets throwing stuff at us and having to absorb it here on Earth. Let's throw something back out there.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, I am literally dirt animated.
Should
with a
get
bit
some
of
of them
water, dirt
cockroaches
and
to
water,
Mars
and there's electricity
immediately.
moving
Start
around. Magical golem.
cockroaches and the biomass to be shot to Mars immediately for Genesis Program 1.
That will be the end of
Release the
humanity
green
as
snakes.
it exists. We have to be very mindful when we toss things out there,
Mm.
even ourselves,
Yeah, of course.
that you know,
If we ever do
well,
come back in the
if
future,
you don't
you
have
know,
fast and light
if we
travel,
started here and we took off and we did make it into the outers, to when
yeah.
we came back to be a little bit
Oh,
humbled about, you know, our grandparents that were crawling around,
if we go,
crapping in their
if
hands
we
and
set off
throwing it at
now
each other.
and colonize the galaxy in 100,000 years' time or 200,000 years' time, you know, when we reach and we've done it, you know, and we've been around for as long as we have, like
Mm.
the things between here and wherever that is, and whatever that calls itself, will be so alien from each other anyway. And
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
I think you know from everything you read
Well, that's
about or
part
listen
of the
to,
whole evolve or die side, you know,
you know,
evolve or die.
that we will pop. You know, there's probably just enough stars for us to populate,
Mm.
and we
Mm.
will create like 100,000 species. That this is where like this is. I think if you don't think that way, then you're living it up to dad. You know, oh, dad will do it. You know, someone else will do it. Like,
No,
oh,
man.
there's aliens, there's a
Dad doesn't
god, there's
have to
some
do
other
it. It's
thing that
already
like means that
imaginings
we don't
out
have to be
there, you know?
responsible for being life.
So set your best cat up on his own planet and
It's
meat
okay to
land.
be responsible
Yeah.
for being life itself. Like that's what we are. I'm life. Like, you know, don't know about you. I reckon you are as well. Seems like it. That's what I've always
I've always
assumed.
been a traveller, so
Life is,
yeah.
man.
Life is a
This is
traveller.
what we're doing, man.
Mm.
Like,
Every day.
I'm not a human or it's absurd. Little fantasies.
Mm. Well, I definitely like the Christmas lights behind tonight. It's like very Christmassy.
What's that?
That was
What
like
just happened there?
the final little testings. So it shows the winners.
What the hell just happened there?
Mm.
Dude, what the?
Well, it breaks it down to what the
Oh my
each of the
gosh.
countries did.
Oh, this is
So
that.
we got the
Okay.
red and the blue lights for the Christmas special. Come
Look where the
on, the
Americans
red
are
and the
just.
blue. Americans won. Like they did the most up until
It's,
1998.
look how much they nuked off their own coast.
I know, I know. It's
Like
incredible, isn't it?
they nuked
Like,
themselves, man.
winners, winning. Okay.
Like to me, that's the whole planet irradiated. I don't know
Mm.
about you, but that's what it looks like to me.
Well, at least
It's
the
like,
northern hemisphere. I mean,
mm,
excellent perturbation across the northern hemisphere for that. So
ah,
I just thought it'd be good for a little bit of a.
can you see my mouth better now? I cannot see my
Can
mouth.
you speak better?
Can I speak better?
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
It seems like your mouth's animating probably.
Mm. Maybe I just do that Australian thing and I don't pronunciate any words and I just drawl everything out and so it just looks like a mumble.
Mate.
Is that what I'm doing? Or am I just being Australian? Am I Australian?
Mate. Mate.
Proving my Australianness,
But
Australianness, Australia, Australianness,
that's it.
Australianness. What are you
Australianus
on?
Maximus.
Australianness, Stray,
Strainus.
strays.
Stratus.
Go out, we come in strays,
No.
stray,
Straya.
straya, straya.
Straya.
Mm. Oh, what's this?
15 kiloton.
Huh.
Got a bit of edumacation going on at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, no, I like
Yeah,
edumacations.
true edumacations. All part of the live service.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
Was a little.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's a
oh yeah.
tiny fat boy.
Oh, these are just showing you like each
Oh,
one.
and you wait until it gets up to the Tsar bomb.
Oh
It goes
yeah.
all the way up to the largest ever built. This has been the Tsar bomb. Perspective of the damage and, you know, expected fallout and radiation.
Wow.
Hmm. There we go. Pakistani, 45 kiloton.
How many is it going to go through? Like 1,000 of them, or just
I think it just goes up what the list is, which is,
as each
where's
was
it
the
go? 8
biggest?
minute,
Which
8 minute. So there
okay,
be,
yeah, cool. All right,
yeah,
so I'll
it's not,
just
not
stop
like
being
a
yeah. I don't want to pay attention.
kiloton.
A thermal radius.
Yeah, different.
Yes.
60 kiloton. Indian.
Indiana, Indian bomb.
Hmm.
Huh.
Makes a record almost.
Wow,
Think about it.
it's
Like it
quite
makes an actual,
absorbing to watch,
makes a
isn't
big
it?
record. See how the nuke is like the center of the hole in the middle of the record?
Oh, I wonder what
And
it'd
you've
sound
got
like afterwards.
you started playing it.
Play that record.
Mm,
I'd be interested. Totally. Oh, 3D model of the blast.
mm. Bit
Moderate
more
blast damage.
modernized.
This
That's
is
it.
nice. Now we're talking.
Tested in 2027, 2017. Actual weapon test. 800 kiloton.
Oof, now we're talking.
That's it. This is where we're stepping up the, look at the thermal
Yeah,
radiation. That's pretty much
everything's just
almost the whole
just
city's
melted.
just like
Yeah.
fully light blast damage out to the fringes. Here we go. 1200. The B83. Almost
Oh,
swallowed the city. I reckon the next one will swallow the city.
wow. I like how it's just gone down to 3 categories now because it's so severe that
Mm-mm.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. These are the,
now this
yeah,
is
yeah.
what you
This is
want.
the fucking, this is the
Yeah,
shit. Look at the size of this.
yeah,
Bam. That's almost coast to coast.
yeah.
Pretty much would render that whole bit just completely operational. There we go.
Yeah, the what's left there, that'll be a
Ivy
crater.
Mike. Punch it down, Ivy Mike.
Oh, this is the megatons.
Mm-hmm. Heavy blast damage. Means pretty much vaporized. Moderate, which
Whoa.
means it shatters windows and everything. Light, oh, actually, light's down to shattering windows. So,
Uh,
yeah.
oh, oh, that's dirty. That's a
Mm,
really, that's a
yeah,
dirty bomb.
that's it. It's trying not to take out too much of the structure.
But, well, it does that, but in the
Mm,
center of it, oof,
mm-mm,
15 megaton,
mm.
like just gone.
Yeah, vaporize.
Moderate.
Yeah, things falling over. Windows shattering,
And
roofs
where's the
being ripped
radiation?
off.
Yeah, see these.
Yeah, this is where it picks up.
These
Like the
American ones, they're cruel because
mm.
they're
Well, they're designed to take out the
the
sieve.
people
Yeah. Taking out the sieve, not the building.
leave the buildings on
Infrastructure,
the outside.
dude.
Like it, yeah, you take the
Infrastructure,
hit.
man. So that's his, that's pretty big. I don't know if there's anything bigger than that. But yeah, look at the thermal on the Tsar.
Yeah, that's it. No, okay, we're doing it then.
Mm.
This is the
It's a
shift.
hundred
And so
million
you know what's
megaton.
interesting? Like if I was to shoot one of them at somebody,
So this would actually create. See where it's moderate.
hmm,
That the way that's the point that they don't show you is the huge crater that it would make.
yeah, I know.
Like it would
Yeah, no, I've
actually
totally been. I've been.
vaporize the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
land.
yeah.
Land becomes just like dust.
A hole.
Mm.
Wow, gets right into it. Um, the thing is, right? If you when we switched over to these high area radiation weapons,
It's
compared to
back to the
blast
old
damage,
colonial frontier days.
like see how the radiation is quite concentrated and
Yeah.
the damage is wide,
Mm.
and then it switches around.
Yeah. Yeah. They figured that it was a better yield
Well,
to.
you wouldn't target the center of the city, would you?
Uh.
You'd target to the suburbs, kill the population directly, and then you'd fry anybody else.
Mm.
And you'd keep all the main buildings. You'd keep all
Primary
the city,
assets. Yeah.
yeah, prime assets, wouldn't you?
Mm.
And so you just, yeah, directly hit their population.
The heaviest populated
Yeah,
city.
all of the
Highest
suburbs.
densities minus
Yeah.
the actual physical assets of the center of the city.
Mm.
It's half the
And if you
time the
were to
center
hit
of the
them with
city
like
is
a few
supported
smaller
fully
ones,
by the outer parts of the city. So you took that all out, then
yeah.
it quickly deteriorate in the middle of the city.
Oh,
It
well, you'd
couldn't
have
really.
radiated them anyway. They'll all
Yeah.
be dead.
Yeah. Mm.
That'll be the short-lived radiation that, gives you, lets you take possession of the asset.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of different effects depending on what the
Um,
final outcome was to be.
huh,
Cool.
huh.
Phew.
Interesting.
Not getting paid for ads.
Wow. Was there an audio that went along with that?
I I'm not sure. I turned the audio off just so I
Mhm.
wasn't going to get any, oh, you're using someone else's sounds and stuff.
Meow,
Mrrr.
meow.
You've used more than 30 seconds worth. It's no longer, what's the fair use? It's no longer applied.
Yeah.
But you got the reason why I made the Focus Cheap intros and extra so bad.
The
I mean, for the Assume
ah,
News.
assume
Yeah,
news.
yeah.
No, it's too bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's
Hmm.
like I know that it's bad. I get the fun of it, but it,
Hmm.
it also it seems like it. Oh my gosh. It's
I'll
so
redo it.
it's
I'll
so
redo
no,
it
no,
with the other
sorry.
AI one because that
It do-
other AI one is good.
ah uh, it's just so long. I think you've got the joke, and then
Yeah. So
and
don't
then
worry about
it
it.
keeps
Just
going.
have a
It
have
keeps
a
going beyond getting the
have a
joke.
small logo and then jump straight in. Just like
No, well, it's
fanfare.
been good to be able to cut sections of it. No,
Yeah.
well, I cut the section for those ones,
Hmm.
and yeah, no, I think that it's totally fine. But I just if and the stages of it, And it would be just like if it did 2 bars less of each stage or something like that, you know what I mean? And we just sort of, maybe if we would drop it into some audio software. I don't really have great audio software. And then just cut it up into its different, where it sort of jumps from speed to speed, da 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 da
Yeah.
to like it does that for a bit, like it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
just, and then just struck off like one or two and just joined it back together. So it was still the same thing, but just like a little bit shorter. Some real cool audio person would do that so fast. It'd probably take me like 2 hours, but I'd achieve it. I'd learn a lot.
Hmm. Well, that's what this is about.
That's
Learning
it
and
is.
purging simultaneously.
The per
The
le-
purgings.
I'm
Learnings and
trying.
the purgings.
Oh man, I did this thing today. I'm going to
Hmm.
do it again tomorrow. Is I hung my towel out in the sun out my window.
Yeah. Get max
I'm going to do it
UV.
again.
Yep.
Yeah, should be a feature of my story. People that would be appalled. So there's this design principle around suburbs that use the front yard or they don't, and so poor. Let's use the word poor.
Hmm.
So yeah, um, but it's an easy word. But the suburbs, yeah, people would play in the front yard. There would be like people meeting in the front yard,
Hmm.
and in wealthy suburb, well-to-do places,
They're in the
the,
back.
they're in the back, and the front is just a presentation.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
know.
much.
And so you don't want to see like underwear in the front window or
Hmm. Hmm.
something like that as it's drying.
True.
Um, so you do that. But not crazily. I live across from like a sensitive location. So, you
Hmm.
know, I'm not like doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Like well making it weird rather. Not doing
Hmm.
weird shit, but not making it weird. I'm aware of
You're not
I'm
making that feel uncomfortable
yeah.
by,
It's like, jeez.
creating a
Yeah.
flagpole and
I
having
don't
your
have. I'm not
underpants
sitting in
hanging on
like
it.
a rainforest with like a creek going out the back of my window.
No.
Which I'd just as happily be doing, or maybe
Hmm.
about 10 times more happily. Mm.
While listening to the animals.
Yeah, and satellite uplink and just be doing
Hmm.
exactly the same thing as I'm
Yeah.
doing right
Just
now.
doing the thing.
Yeah, doing the thing. Um,
Special silence. I like those every now and again. Like a
mm,
pausing.
I do too.
I was using the Google Translate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Since you got me onto those weather sites. I've
Oh, yeah, yeah.
decided to use the English to
Well, I
Japanese
just asked
translator
Bing. I just
to
asked Bing to
help me out with some things.
I just asked Bing to just give me the weather and just
Hmm.
tell me it in
Yeah.
Japanese, and I just did that.
They get
Which is
like
very
they get
functional.
like 9 or 10,000 people watching just simultaneously sometimes. I was thinking it'd be a good spot to like put in some, fish hooks to see who's interested in the content. You translate it in Japanese saying, "Oh, you need some more subscribers. Anyone willing to subscribe?" And just
What's
put your
this? What?
link. Like you'd think
Like
in
to share?
live streams, you share your you know, your website or whatever. 'Cause they're all chatting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So you
And
drop
there's like
yours in there.
8,000 people watching the, scrolling thing. I mean, some people probably aren't watching it. They're probably just.
No, you have to pay the person who's like on the stream to present it because
Mm.
otherwise, or you'd have to do a super
It's
chat,
like,
like
oh, okay. Yeah, like super chat
for
and
five
then have
hundred
a little
bucks.
link
Like,
to you.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
that's how you'd have to do it.
We're
It's a simple.
friends.
Mm. Well, uh, no, yeah, it's interesting. Like,
I just thought,
are
I
you
mean, if
thinking about
anyone
methods of
tried that,
directing traffic?
just going to other foreign sites
The
where
thing
there's,
about methods of directing
multiple
traffic.
people, like a broadcasting up on a, big screen in Ibiza or whatever, and
Yeah.
hey,
You know what you do?
check out the Cheep.
You know what you do? Are you interested in driving more traffic
Well,
to
at the
assume?
moment we're just sort of playing, so not really presently, but
Okay, so this
eventually
is
I
how we're going
guess
to do it,
to
man.
get the.
This is how we're going to do it.
Hmm.
All right. We're going to use YouTube advertising, and we're going to take the YouTube videos, and we'll do it on Instagram and other things as well. But we'll just use YouTube as the model for right now.
Hmm.
And then we're going to put our content in line with other content. So when you're watching your stuff, then just in between, there'll be this 45-second or 30-second, like it's so quick that you'll be like figuring out what the fuck's going on and you'll have watched it. Yeah.
Hmm.
And we will actually just force the content on the people. It's
Special
quite simple.
advertising. Yeah.
Yeah, and the keywords we use and everything will target that shit so that people
Hmm.
don't see inappropriate things, and like
No.
we won't be
And I
inappropriate.
mean,
And
most of
and
the stuff we talk about is, pure entertainment value only. You take it seriously, then,
well, assumed. I mean, for assumed, I'm talking about.
yeah.
And so we have the Weather Channel and shit, and then this stuff happens, and it's just like, what was that? And that's it.
Hmm.
And then people and that will create, and then the system will learn like the audience that likes us, and then we capture that and we put that data. We before we even do any of that, we've set up analytics and Google Ads and all the things, and we
Hmm.
have a loop going so that we can assess the like how traffic is being converted. And then we we can use that as audience lookalike stuff to develop same audiences, and we just start showing our shit to those people. But
Yeah.
that's the
Rather
beginning.
than trying to randomize and pick up hits, because the majority of ones that I've sort of picked up have been in like big chats, and obviously,
Well, I
what
think the
I've
first,
said, people are interested, so they'll right click on
yeah,
your
even
username and then search you up,
yeah, yeah,
and then obviously become a
yeah,
subscriber that way. Or people have said, oh, are you on YouTube? Are you doing stuff?
yeah. I think I mean, the way to put the minimum communication unit today is the ad.
Hmm.
Like it's just simple as that. And so if you want to communicate an idea, it needs to be an ad.
Yeah.
And the content from Assume News is ad length. It's
Hmm.
30 to 60 seconds.
That's right.
Oh, it's never very rarely. It's
Hmm.
like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Short and sweet.
yeah. So what we're doing at the moment is we target up somewhat. Some people click on it, and we get a little bit of traction, and that little bit of traction, as we just refine our methodology, builds a bit of YouTube algorithmic understanding, like even if it's minimal.
Hmm.
I don't know, like you can,
Because it
yeah,
is a comedy thing, I'm happy that the AI doesn't read into the whole titles too much and does what it does.
hmm.
That at the moment is quite good because it is entertaining its
Yeah,
take
people
on.
are, and I think there's also new channels, so we're not going to get like that's why like if you put on ours, even though we might have what you don't have many viewers,
Yeah,
we just get more traction even on shorts
because
because
we do a variety of things rather than
we're
just yeah.
more trusted.
Mm.
Like I've been around for a long time. I've got videos with nothing.
Mm.
I've got with pissy little like maybe 1,000 views or whatever.
Yeah.
But on a couple that, but just because you've been around a long time, then it's
Well,
you're
most
gonna
of
get in the
my
feed easier.
YouTube originally was just so I could put projects on there, like the pinball machine and
Yeah, that's like,
other
yeah,
little things that I'd
sure,
built.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Mine was for doing experimental video. You know, the stuff that I did, which I'm sort of still doing experimental video,
Hmm.
I suppose.
True.
But um,
I'm happy I got
and
back into
just
the VRML thing because for me, I was playing around with that back in the 2000s,
yeah, totally. Hey,
early 2000s. I was like getting into it and like, fuck, man, this is gonna go somewhere. And now, some of the costumes and things you see on the characters are just insane how much detail and how artistic people can be.
mm, Yeah, I'd be interested to see what I'm doing in a year's time. I actually want to like, I have a goal. I think it should be my next goal, is to go and learn how to use um, sewing, like clothes making equipment,
Mm.
make patterns
Yeah.
and assemble things, and then I will digitize my body and things, and I think I'd be able to make clothes and then be able to export those clothing models in from software that is clothing design software,
Yeah.
and use clothing design
And
software, then
there's heaps out there, but
yeah,
there's
and then be
the
able to
good
use
ones are
that to export
expensive. Yeah.
really cool clothes
Mm.
with physics and shit that's a bit more physics in it,
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can. I think there's and that then you could actually make the same clothing, and so that the clothing that the character's wearing, or that I'm wearing, I could actually also be wearing in real life, and it's the same
Mm.
garment. Like,
Exportable.
yeah, yeah, it's made from through the software, you know. Yeah, some of the software for making clothing is amazing, and like the ability to like simulate different fabrics and shit. So you've actually got really specific fabrics and how they
Yeah.
move and gravity and all of the stuff. Like yeah, clothing's a bit of a business.
Mm.
People are
These
right into it.
days.
Like from that sort of VRML making stuff, man, you should go check out some of this software. It's like
Mm.
mind bending.
No, I can imagine, and it's good because obviously it's easily translatable. You got the right equipment,
Mm.
exporting and importing, and
Oh yeah,
all that.
just it's a file at the end.
Mm.
So I'm having a Han super dry tonight, and instead of having the big bottle, I thought one big bottle is basically is $9.50
Mm.
for $10, and 6 small bottles is $20.
Yeah.
And I thought 3 bottles is one big bottle, sort of, or two is really.
Mm.
Well, this is better actually, and also I can have a more moderate amount. So I'm
A
gonna have
balanced amount rather than having to feel the
yeah, yeah,
necessity to finish off.
yeah. Just have
Mm.
like two, you know.
I've got a Christmas present from my sister, which is the traditional number 7 Jack Daniels.
Oh wow,
Mm.
that is quite the treat.
Mm. But tonight, a bit different from the usual ciderage, but the JD sponsorship. Thanks, JD.
Mm. Who would that
Yes,
be in Australia?
Oppenheimer. Very interesting.
Yeah. So what did you find? What was something you were mentioning earlier that
The interrogation scene of
he was a real sex fiend or something?
a bit, yeah. Like he had a wife and a mistress, and that's what they know about. I mean, when you get a wife and a mistress, do you need anything more? I mean, that's more than enough on your plate as it is, isn't it?
If they know about each other, like, or they don't, this is the thing. Like, if they don't, I don't even know what to say. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Well, I'd
But,
imagine they
but
wouldn't
anyway,
really
I think it's
have
just a
much
lot
of a
harder
problem, but
anyhow. Like,
mm,
but if they do know about each other and it's all cool, then well,
that could even
yeah, I
be
think.
better.
But more than that, it's a bit hard, eh?
Mm, mm. Because in between work and doing one or the other, and
I-
taking
Are
care of your
your Can
kids,
you just check your levels?
my levels.
I don't know. Your output to me is
Check,
really
check.
quiet.
One, one,
You're
two, two.
there.
Is that better? I
No,
gave the
you're like this.
microphone right out, but
Like I've got my system volume up to full and my headphones up to full. I can just hear you. Like it
yeah.
seems
Well, you're
unreasonable that
perfectly
I'm.
normal on my end.
Uh,
I'm not doing anything other than
wonder what.
just check here. Check, check. 1, 2. It's very low there. Is that low? So low. So max for that. Max for the microphone. Can't go any louder.
Talk now.
That is as loud as I can go.
Ah, that's better. Thank you. No, I found if there was settings astray.
Yeah, cool. All right. Because I didn't want to put myself up too much higher on here, otherwise I'll
No,
blow out.
improved. I wonder if I was actually hearing you on the MacBook speakers the whole time and not in my headphones.
Ooh, possibly.
That's all right. It's good. No. Who knows? That would be pretty trippy. No, you sounded like you were in my ears. You just sounded like you were like I had no volume control.
A million
Almost.
miles away.
Yeah, it's like I had no volume control. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully the channel split works this time.
Oh no, it does. Like they just have to be turned off, which is fine. Like that's what it's a dodgy. It's changes, or I don't know. It doesn't just change, but things happen. Like we forget things. We just rejig it for a scene or a
Mm.
particular situation, and then forget, and then that's how it is.
Well, that's why I like going through the whole 20-minute prep
Yeah, we got to.
and the
I
chit
know.
chat,
Yeah, I did that
tech
today
chat.
too.
It's quite
I adjusted a
important.
few settings and like readjusted. Like, oh, see, I've got better eye control at the moment.
Mm.
So I've like, yeah, just did some adjustments on the eyes. I think I've got them linked though, so I can't do a single winking, but that gets weird. So
Do it.
mm.
Oh,
Oh,
images. Disappears quickly. Opens up AVAKIT. Pew.
nuclear finger. I wonder if that's real. I mean, they're all just
Oh,
AI things.
pretty much AI generated or someone sat down and done the art for it.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good, whoever did it.
I want to. I
Gotta
just
say.
think of it like if you reframe it to augmented intelligence, it all makes sense. Like what I'm doing when I'm putting in questions into Copilot is augmenting my intelligence
Hmm.
by making me process through the 100 possible options of headlines that I could think up, that I can think up, you know. And I can think of a pretty good one pretty much immediately anyway. But like, you know, even thinking up four or five is I could just look at four or five and I could pick one. And I think that's the thing. Like that's augmenting your intelligence. It's like farming out the bit of it which you would do repetitively
Mm.
yourself. So that then you can avoid doing the repetitive part. Then you can look at the thing and self-assess, like, you know, like what the quality of your thing is. And I think like when you ask, you know, you ask that sort of co-piloty thing or whatever, the question, you realize that you're not asking it correctly, and you reframe and stuff, and you learn more about the topic,
Mm.
and you get better at communicating your needs, and that's a good thing. I think overall, the whole process of augmenting our intelligence, it seems like pretty positive. It's like it's uplifting us, like we're uplifting ourselves. Like the whole worry about like that AI is going to like yeah, yeah, augmented intelligence is going to take over because it's better to have your intelligence augmented. And some people will choose not to and whatever, and that's fine. It won't be a thing. Just there'll be different excitements and joys to be had.
And the hands have got a lot better, haven't they?
They have, haven't they?
Mm.
Have you got the shadowy thing happening yet?
I don't know if I turned it on.
Yeah, give it a go. Hey, it's good. You'll get more dimensional. It's not just the shadow. It's like a whole thing.
Where was
It's
it?
like, is it in the? But no, more panels up. I think it's like further up the panel tree. Oh, yeah. What was that back there? No, we're next one down. There.
Ah, shadow.
Oh, it is on. Just try and. Oh no, but maybe you need to. I think I've made the intensity stronger. Maybe. Let me check my settings. Yeah. So I made smoothness 100 and intensity 69. Maybe. Yeah.
Alright, hold up.
Can you see any shadow on yourself?
No,
Huh.
no.
Wow. Maybe turn it off and turn it on, like the feature. That sounds
Oh, yeah, right.
ridiculous, but literally, I did that to have to make my mouth work. Like I have to turn it off and turn it on sometimes. Yeah, you can see the difference. Turn it off. See how you're flat,
Yeah,
and then turn it on.
okay.
Oh, what's your light source?
More morning.
Hmm. Go
Change it to
after. Go
default.
to default. Yeah. Can you see? You don't really cast a shadow on your shirt, eh?
No.
Huh.
Oh
What about
well.
your face? Does your chin? No, even your chin doesn't cast a shadow on your. I wonder where your light source is. How interesting. Who knows? You're just luminous. You're
Hmm.
self-luminous. You're a god.
Self-luminous.
You're a god. Just want you to know that.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
How do you feel like men would? How would it transform men if like they were called gods instead of men, and we called women goddesses instead of women?
Hmm. It'd certainly step it up a bit, wouldn't it?
I fucking would, wouldn't it? Do you think, I wonder if men would feel different about themselves, like maybe a little bit more,
Perhaps. I mean,
I don't know, safe. I don't know, proud. I don't know. What would they think?
mighty.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd say yes.
All of
But
the above.
some totally would. All the above. Some would just be there'd be all sorts of crazy shit. And what would goddesses do? I think the thing is, I think that women are already comfortable with it. You test it on them, like, and they're just like, you just because you're like, women are like, yeah, goddess, of course. What are you talking
Hmm.
about?
Thank you.
And you say, well, can you reciprocate? What? Can you call me God? And they just look at you
Best
like,
mate ever.
what the?
Hmm.
No, I can't call you God. Well, that's weird. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting, isn't it? That's it. One is diminished and one is being killed. God just does it off the table. That's absurd. You wouldn't call anyone God.
Hmm.
But goddess is diminished. It's sort of like, yeah, okay, yeah, I accept that, acknowledge that, but it sort of doesn't mean anything. But but it does. You know that it does, but not,
Not in a bad way.
not, yeah, it's not like, but it's diminished, basically. That's all. Literally, the meaning is the word diminished is correct. And, but the God is just non existent. I like this cat.
Hmm.
This cat is definitely existent.
Yep.
Oh, did I send you this meme? Did I send you the dude who made the video? And it's like the 7 stages of like sort of existential crisis or something. I don't know,
Hmm.
whatever. Like, it's like
Possibly.
understanding reality, and it's presented through cats. Like, you know, like it's like, oh, I want you to have shadows, man. I want you to be shadows.
I know.
Oh,
It's all right. I'll
look
get
at that on
shadows
my face.
eventually.
Come on, why? Is
I'll have
what's not
shadows.
what's
Don't
not
worry.
ray tracing?
Perhaps not. Just
What?
inferior Intel technology. Intel
Doesn't even make
Windows
sense,
technology.
man. That
Yeah,
doesn't. Why? How can that be?
just far
Talking
better
about.
having a Mac these days. I'm telling you, far better.
In the same way, though,
Mm.
eh, as is having and this is not entirely true, but like as is having a PlayStation to play games on. Like it's more of an appliance. You know, if you want to go all registry or you want to go all like P list and shit and
Mm.
start writing, you go for it. Like if you've got the skills to do that, it's totally doable. You know, but you don't have to if you don't have to. And it just yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I had a situation with a client today, and they had a intercom system in their house, and I'm like,
Ah,
surely there's some
difficulty getting
diagnostic
through
tools.
to the other
And so
side.
yeah, and I'm like, well, this diagnostic software must exist. So I go to the website. There is diagnostic software for Windows.
Mm, of
So
course.
I can't run that. But maybe if I get Windows app, I can run it and
Oh
run a
yeah, to
VM.
do the
Yeah, run a
in the
VM and just
yeah, inside the little VM.
mm. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I'd be able to use that to make an instance to make the third screen.
Oh, for you.
Well, the main reason why I wouldn't run a Windows instance on my computer at the same time as we're doing this, so I could run like a whole Steam client running in there, with like a third view of the
Yeah,
VR, is because I don't want to buy the Windows license and pay for the software. You know what I mean?
sad, isn't it?
But I've heard about this thing called Windows app. Is this right? The
I don't
best
know.
Windows yet.
Windows you don't have to install.
It's called Windows app, I think it is. What's it called? Windows app. The Windows app is basically it's a gateway to a virtual, Azure virtual desktop,
Yeah.
effectively. What's new in Windows app? And I think you can get it for the idea is for any device.
Yeah, the dial-in, phone,
It
whatever.
started with Windows app to connect to devices. What do you want to connect to? Hmm. Yes, so an Azure virtual desktop. I guess that's what you want, hey? Or Windows 365. What's that? So then I can just buy the license. I guess Windows 365. Would that be easier than Azure Virtual Desktop there? I don't know what Windows 365 is.
Well, isn't that a container? You own a Windows container, virtually hosted Windows
Internet
container.
access, 12 letter,
You just basically log
connect.
into it and it's your little
Yep.
Windows system.
I fucking, yeah, give me this thing. Where is it? Next steps. Device display. Oh, I had no. What about install? Where's the download? Download and install by going to test Windows app and test flight. There we go.
Doing it
Step
live.
one.
Doing it live.
Doing it live.
Doing it live.
Uh,
Soldiers on after losing his voice.
you've done impressive, man.
Oh, I was worried there at one stage I was going to completely lose it, but it's lucky I didn't.
And then once we've done that, what do I do now? I need to do a second step. What was the second step? Start testing. What's Windows 365? I guess I'll find out. Do you know what it is?
No, I haven't really
Is it
looked
like a
into it, but
is it
I
like a
think it would be in a
desktop?
virtual desktop system, wouldn't it?
I think so. And then I'll just need to run a browser and then run Steam, hey?
Hmm.
What to test, whatever I want. Hush now. Let us test. Yes. Access all the things. Things.
Things.
Oh, what is my email?
What is your email?
Well, depends.
Don't dox yourself.
Just depends.
Depends on the circumstance.
Couldn't find really.
Let's get some live footage going on.
No, so I can't.
Previously
So I
recorded live footage.
previous. Right, so I've done that, and then I need to find Windows 365. What's that? Let's go find that. That must be the instance I need to run. Cloud window. Nice. Welcome to Cloud PC. Plans and pricing. Products.
Oh, that's a nice little mushroom.
Is it now?
Looks like a sunrise.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, it
Ah,
does.
my skin.
Ah, that is.
Hmm.
It's quite fetching.
Something to wake up to in the morning. It's like, oh, so thankful. Killer
I don't want a
tunes.
cloud PC. I don't want. Why do I need that? Oh, they want to sell me a whole
Package.
yeah, with like it would be like an online computer.
Oh, that's a little fat one. Look at that one.
Hmm, $58 a month. What the? Surely an Azure virtual desktop is cheaper than that. Is it? Who's paying that much a year for Windows?
People with not much money.
Oh no, the website's gone to a circle jerking itself.
Mm, glad we've
Oh, I
got some
see.
entertainment in the background just to
Yeah,
keep the viewers
I think I've got
satisfied. I hope they're
this.
satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
It's nothing like watching the mushrooms grow.
Mushrooms. Connect to a URL. Connect to a remote PC. Oh, that's interesting too.
Oh, this one's dropped in. Parachute.
Yes. Let me return to this, to the previously programmed things. So that was interesting, a little exploration.
Timer.
I think being able to run like an instance of Windows on, well, I wonder if it has the graphic horsepower to run a virtual instance. Yeah, that's quite interesting, but it's just too expensive, man. It's like $60 a month. Like, would you spend $60 a month to have like to run Windows? With it, you do have a
Well,
bit
it
of a
depends.
virtual.
If I
You have
was
a
getting
virtual
like,
CPU.
if I didn't, yeah, if I was had virtual CPUs and everything else, I mean,
Mm, mm, mm.
paying X amount of dollars out for a new PC, and then with that thing, you just get what you want, upgrade when you want, have the power you want, automatically just routed directly to the screen you're at.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
fuck yeah.
mm. Whatever the screen is. That's going to be the beauty of Windows app, apparently, is that
Mm,
you'll be able to just run it on, and you can run it as a remote PC.
mm.
So for you, for example, you could run your instance of your PC on, like, yeah, just load it up anywhere, just
Yeah,
in the
essentially.
same way. Mm. Yeah, Apple's doing something with some remote desktopy things as well, like where they've
Mm.
got some high speed sort of
Well, if
transfer.
it's just an application, why can't you run it under Apple? Just have it as one of your big screens in your headset.
Um, no, I mean, I just have to.
And Windows off to the side.
Windows licenses is tedious. Why can't they give their software? Why can't Windows? Why can't Windows be free?
Well,
It's stupid.
someone's going to make money.
Yeah, well, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I suppose maybe they do. That's not very fair to Microsoft.
I mean, you could ask the same question of Apple. Why do they make Mac
Well, their soft,
OS?
but it's free.
Hmm,
You know, it's just part of the system.
hmm.
It's a platform that other people make money that you make money on, and you want to make that good, and that's all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So
I don't know.
I don't know. It's interesting.
It is. It is. It's always up for discussion.
It is. Get
Uh-oh.
Windows.
That's going on.
Have we
Can't have that.
got an ad?
Can't have that going on. It's just not
Maybe.
right.
I want to get Windows.
We ain't getting paid for ads, so
And I just need a home, don't I?
mm.
I don't want to be signed up. $249. Jeez, bastards. Anyway.
Oh, these JDs are going down way too well.
Oh,
Good.
I bet they are.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mother's milk.
Mother's milk.
Mother's milk.
I think I've worked out how to make even less in my room.
Mm.
Mm.
In the minimalizing, which is sigh.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got this like vertical stand. So I've got like my desk. And then in the corner is this vertical stand. And it's good. It's got 4 levels and it's handy.
Mm.
But that's sort of what's left on it now. I've managed to minimize other things. I could put them elsewhere and it could cease to exist.
Mm.
And then I would just have my desk It'd be beautiful. And then this is interesting. My desk could go, but this would limit my bed movement. I couldn't move my bed if I do this, but either way, anyway, either I move it into the corner, or I could actually turn it around, and so that my desk is facing like another wall. And it means that then the open space that I have here where I'm standing, which I've made so much bigger in the room, would become even bigger by default. Like my
The open, yeah, more
default,
open.
yeah, it would be it'd be like double it immediately. Like I can just see where by flipping my desk, even though I can't move my bed, then it would mean, yeah, like I'll just have my chair pushed in, and I'd have like, yeah, this, oh, it'd be huge. It'd just be like whew, almost the whole room, and the bed's kind of flattish anyway. And then all I need to do is like work out how to, yeah, just get rid of the bed and turn it into a couch. And then I've got almost the entire room empty to be able to walk around in VR. Yeah.
Mm. Special space.
Yeah. Oh, what? Where do you? Oh, yeah. Someone comes in my room. There's just like nothing. There's a desk and
Yep.
a bed, a
Super
couch.
minimal.
So, yeah, well, what do you do? Yeah, it's my whole life. Go to VR.
That's why
Yep.
it's good having the drawers in your bed.
Mm,
It'd be good if you had like the bed itself could like similar to the um, mobile home living where you could transform the bed and it could be your table and your bed.
mm, mm,
That'd be cool.
mm,
But
mm.
again, you'd have to pack things up and put things away all the time if you wanted the double
No,
bed.
what I've learned in this room is verticality,
Mm,
and
stacking.
um, well, because so above my bed, above where the bed is in the room, there's like a wall-mounted shelving, and you can sleep under it. It's fine.
Mm,
Like it's not that sticky-outy.
yeah.
But it means you've got like so above the bed, like it's sort of like almost a display unit above the bed.
Mm,
And so you can put all sorts of shit up there. Like you can put everything you want, really. Like basically all the things that you'd put elsewhere can go there.
mm, mm.
And then the rest of the room's just left empty. The only thing, yeah, except for the desk. So that's all. And even so, that means even with the couch, right? So the couch would then sit sort of in line with, and you'd be sitting with that. A tall person might bump their head, but you'd manage that. I don't know the other person in here, but and it means that then, yeah, where the couch would sort of, I don't know if you know those couches, and then they fold out and become a bed,
Yeah.
but not like
That's
the nasty ones, not the nasty one, but like
the
the one that,
cheap, nasty, metally things.
no, but one which is more like a futon.
Yeah. Unfolds.
It just becomes a bed and a thing. And then nice and easily, it'll be almost, the room will be almost empty. And when it's in that mode, you'll be able to access everything in the shelves because just be able to, it would be there. Yeah, anyway, ultra
Atmospheric ones are
minimalism.
pretty interesting. Like when they're up in the atmosphere and then they set them off. Behave a lot
Yeah,
differently from the,
isn't that,
like, see
that's how you
there,
get
that
the
one there.
radiation. That's
Yeah.
how you irradiate better.
Max
Max,
irradiation.
yeah, it's the max radiation. Yeah.
Mm,
And then if you get even higher in the atmosphere, you can get real good, like widespread EMP and just
mm.
smash everything, just like take out all the tech and harm
Tech
nobody, but just like
down.
tech
That's it.
down. That's where we
Access
learn.
denied.
We should already have EMP hardened stuff. Like that we don't is absurd. Like you know what I mean? Like why isn't your computer, your laptop, EMP hardened?
Yeah. True.
And why aren't the phones? Like Jesus, man, like seriously? That thing should be able to survive a nuclear attack, surely. What
Well,
if we were what if we were savaged by aliens tomorrow and they just take out like come on, look at them.
sure there'd be some people who'd have their, you know, bits tucked away, special
Good.
shielded bits.
A few Faraday cages here and there.
Mm. Underground buryings. It's just as good, isn't it? Get it, you know,
Hmm.
deeper in the soil it's buried, less chance of it being
And not
irradiated.
by much even. You don't even
No.
have to, it doesn't have to be that deep. The earth is a good insulator. Like I've learnt so much in a way from listening to like Isaac Arthur. He's pretty cool. I recommend him. It's not stuff that I didn't know, but he just packages it in a way where it's just helps you remember it. It's
Mm.
good and just brings it to the fore, like the basic knowledges. It's nice. Yeah, good reminder.
We've had
I love
one
this.
view so
Okay.
far.
Have we had a
Okay.
few? Wonder what
And
it
one
was.
like.
Oh, 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 okay. We've had a lag.
One
Um,
liking and one viewing.
what's the? Let me just get a link. Sorry, I apologize. In somewhat. Okay, go to live. Get the.
I'm in the control room. They've been enjoying our actual bombings.
So I'm just going to do something. I don't know if anyone will see this, but nonetheless,
Mm.
I will go full screen. Then I'll come in here. Dum, bum, dum. So there's we're a bit. Hang on. Might just do that actually. Be better. Oh, it's going to be stationary for a bit so I can set this up.
Yep.
And I'm just in the delay of the YouTube. Oh, why am I using the YouTube? I don't need that. That's meaningless now. I've got the link. Oh wow, you've gone into VR. That's cool.
No, it's a Vault Tech.
Um,
Please stand by.
anyway, hang on. Oops, they shouldn't be in screen. What's going on? Come here. What the
To the
hell's
vault.
going
Get to
on?
the vault.
Why can't I just bloody? What the fuck is? Come here. There we go. Gosh, that no, I don't. Anyway, hey, like if you're interested in coming along and witnessing season 3 of Real Talk is cheap, then you know you can. That's the thing you can do. How about that?
Yeah. Works for us.
Now, how do I make a link? I don't think I can. Oh. Maybe I can. Wait, what? It's being cheeky. It doesn't want me to paste
Hmm.
text. Where's paste? Where's paste? I had copied the link. Oof, that's nasty. How do you make that a link? Well, you just can't in Instagram, hey?
Won't do it.
Mm. And they won't even be able to copy the text. Sad. Mm. No, it never does. You can never link out of Instagram. So
Hmm.
fucking tedious. Mm. Actually, well, what if I just go to Arian Sinchu?
Hmm. Live innings.
Sinchu. Is it? It's two words, hey, on
No, it's all one.
Arian Sinchu
At
on
area
YouTube
century.
live.
Live and direct. The basement. Mother's basement.
I've got to get out of the Arian Sinchu. Arian Sinchu. Fucking. There's so many loops going on in my head at the moment. It's hilarious. Oh, where'd you go?
I mean,
What screen am I on? Where's your video? Where is the video window gone? What? Are you there? No, you've not.
I'm here. Still here.
No. Where's my window? What the hell? Oh, have I gone? I've gone full screen to like do the the ad.
Yeah.
Then I forgot that I'd gone full screen, and I'm like looking for the window, and going, "Where's
Uh,
the fucking window?" I'm just like, "Oh, it's over. It's actually not a window. It's a full screen." You idiot! You just good times.
good times with the Mushroom Brothers.
Oh, is this a
On
is
my
this a
video
render?
game. Simulation.
Mm,
Not a bad one.
mm. Nah, man, the real ones are way better.
Oh, yeah.
I like the real ones.
Giant broccoli.
They're but the things that go off inside them, like the
Oh,
lightning and the
spikes
sort
and
of
stuff.
effects and shit, man,
Sparks
it's
and
like
shit.
trippy, hey? Like it's like really
Like
trippy.
sort of shit. So,
What should I drink? Nothing. I think I've had enough.
sort of
I'm
shit.
starting to drink it like liquid. I don't need
These
that. I
little
need to
sun
be.
things. Suns and stuff.
Oh yeah, on the ground. Look at that. It's amazing.
I think the best bit's like where it starts back here. Hang on. See it come in. It's got these little spikes like a sun, like little sun spikes and spots.
And see how they crash into the ground
Mm,
like a physical object. Like it's
mm.
amazing.
Just
Yeah, look at that.
vaporizes it.
It's our first attempt at making suns. It's like
Mm.
so cool.
Not quite sure we need to make them here, but
Well, you got to start somewhere. And we are going to need them to be able to get really effectively off planet. No, not
yeah,
really. It's sort of in some degree,
harnessing that energy.
we will need that, yeah. And hopefully there's a fusion, but
There we go. This stuff, like look at the spikes on that.
oh wow.
I'll take it back because yeah, I think you missed it, but
Yeah, please do. It's beautiful.
it's,
Oh wow,
yeah,
check that.
it's a bit. Which one it comes down to
Oh,
spikes, and see how it
it's
had
like
like
it's
the
it's like it's
had like
making
little
like what we
lines and stuff. Being its
how we sort
friend.
of perceive
Yeah,
as
like
an
it's got
app.
little lines guiding.
That is incredible.
Sticking in its probe.
That's really interesting, hey?
Hmm.
It looks like sort of the way an atom or a sort of a molecule looks, like a big scale. Like it's sort of like that thing of like a where they, you draw like a nucleus and then there's like things coming out with like
Hmm. Lines of power.
mm.
Magnetic lines of power.
So I'm going to need to go off screen and go
Hmm.
and get something that's non-alcoholic and
Hmm.
just can have be a nice drink for me. Shall do that.
Apologies.
As
I'm still going on more, so
I
it's all
just want more liquid. Well, I'm happy to have more, but
good.
I'm right now actually just want to drink some liquid, but
Yeah.
I only have alcohol to drink. So I'll just drink more alcohol instead of what I really want. So I won't do that. Hopefully I don't go offline.
Hmm. No, you're all right.
I'll be on the edges of it
I've
though.
disappeared as both, so the screen's full of the
Oh, that's nice.
creeping destructions.
Creeping destruction. It's beautiful. Hello. Your creeping destruction. My mouth is creeping destruction.
Special treats.
Mm,
Just this one.
quite dead still. low sugar and food. Equals nuts.
Mm. St-
Um, well, I saw in my
Mm.
feed, wow, Ukrainian uh, cosplayer that I follow.
Yep.
That Russia launched some kind of like, wait, tiresome
Mm.
little attack. And yeah, people had reasonable commentary, you know, on the Instagrammed, minimalized irrelevancy of it all.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been going on so long. Why doesn't it end? I was like, well, I thought I'd just comment.
Yep.
So they had an idea, just give them a bit of a, you know, just so your expectations are managed, you know.
Mm.
So oh, it's at least another 3 years, and if required, you know, up to 5 years longer. So hang in there,
Yeah.
you know, it'll be it'll be
It'll be
over.
fine. We've got
It'll
to
be
we got
fine.
to max milk it.
Uh,
Has to be max milked. Not going to work unless there's max milking.
hopefully, it comforted them, you know.
Mm. Mm. So do your best, mate.
The real darkness of winter hadn't returned yet, but it
No.
will.
Mm.
It'll get to the darkness and out the other side.
Mm. There will be light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah, another year or two.
Mm. Mm. The lightings.
We're going to get so good at drone warfare from this. It's going to be excellent.
Oh, righteous.
Mhm.
Ye of the dronings.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
guess you're
am
sort of
back on
glad you
camera,
made that
by the way.
investment. Investment sometimes guarantees survival.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think they go hand in hand.
Sorry.
Well,
I did end up going ahead with it.
no. I gave it a go.
Hmm.
Um,
You're back.
they're returning. Yeah.
Hmm. Trying to get a little bit more pro so that it's not all venti going on.
No, no.
Hmm.
Good old Fent.
There's enough fentanyl problems already, so let's not add to them.
I was watching a person get a bit Fenty in the street
Hmm.
the other day. I was walking with a friend
Doing that disco dance.
and I said, "Oh, is this guy up here?" You know, a bit of a sitch. I was like, "Okay." And I saw the guy, and he was bent over from the waist.
Yeah. The doing the letter U
Hmm.
or the up. N, make them the small N.
But it was still a bit more dynamic. He was like actually engaging a bag, and his
Moving stuff
pants were sort of
around.
nearly half down. Like even though he was there, his pants weren't
Availability,
nearly at the top of the.
showing availability. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It didn't look very desirable, but you know, that's clearly my own lack of desperation.
Was there, was available, but certain criteria weren't met.
Yeah, for me personally, no.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
I think it was the kind of jeans that we was wearing. They seemed a bit sort of cheap.
They were real last summer.
Yeah, not very stylish. No. I just said something about his like sort of personal care, but he wouldn't wear like reasonable jeans while venting on the street in
Yeah.
Darlinghurst, you know, for us all to see.
Come on.
Hmm. Come on, you know.
You're letting the local
It's fucking. I don't want to see
trendies
his
down.
shitty Kmart jeans. Like, don't
Hmm.
do that.
I just come down here. I mean, if you had a pair of bloody yeah,
D&Gs.
Louis or something,
Louis,
501s,
nice. Yeah, 501.
decent pair of
Well,
50 original 501s.
I totally respect that.
That could get you past that, point of interest, becoming an interest.
You'd overlook the saws and other
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, see a bit of class behind those dead
I
eyes.
might even say $50 is $50.
Up it up from the usual 20 for Biddy,
Biddy.
because you're showing a bit of self-respect.
Fuck a bit of self-respect.
You've invested in yourself. You're showing some self-respect. You get that fucking extra 30, mate.
You do. You do. It's just
We've
like,
been friends for so long, Yeah.
That's it. Exactly.
Remember back in high school how you used to bully me? Didn't I get mine back? Best bud.
Best buds. The pleasurings.
Street cat. Sharing street cat together. Ride street cat. Limited materials available.
I just. I am. I mean, I don't know who we just invited from Instagram or if anyone would bother to do it. But I am, let's. I just realized it's funny. It's good fun. This is interesting. This current image. This is a hydrogen, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Hydrogen.
yeah.
I think it's a
Behind,
hydrogen
yeah,
bomb.
it's the hydro. It's a bit bigger than what you normally would smoke, but it'll definitely blow your head off that one.
You'd be up for a challenge of Gandalf if you could blow rings that good.
The big rings.
Gandalf would be impressed. But that would be some sort of Mordor level.
Crazy, wizard shit. You'd want to have your wizard shit
Balrog.
right down.
I think a Balrog, like
yeah.
nuclear.
Balrog
the nuclear
bong. Once
ring.
you've smoked a Balrog bong.
Yeah, just do that.
Instant mind annihilation. Bring out the Balrog.
And just
He's peacefully just, evaporate into the universe. Peacefully evaporate to the universe, Going through the view that I collected tonight, so another one coming up.
Oh, what's this? Nukem from orbit?
Yeah, it was obligatory.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, Got to get them motivational words out there.
I mean, You know, it's an interesting attempt. Like if you're going to sort of like glass the planet, I guess,
Mm.
essentially.
You want to
There's
have
a lot of firepower.
clear distance if you're going to do the full roast, you know.
Mm.
See me, I'd do a partial roast, concentrate on the more concentrated areas to get the, you know,
Just like
and then,
reduce.
yeah, well, cut it back out of that 500 mil. That was the orders, wasn't it? Got to stick to the orders.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, the 500 mil is an interesting number. It's very arbitrary.
Mm.
I'm not really sure why.
I mean, fuck, don't put me in charge of it. I'd put it back to 144,000. You know, be righteous about it.
That's righteous.
Yeah, fucking oath, mate.
Let's sort shit out.
Mm.
How many okay. How many countries are there? Let's hang on. Do I have a another device I can third have I got a third screen? Of course I have a third screen. Let me just Hey Siri, how many countries are there on Earth?
Children, something
195.
195.
So
I'm sure there'd be some disputes saying that there were
Siri,
countries, but they're swallowed up
what
by another
is
country. You know,
144,000 divided by 195?
good distribution.
So you get about 730 people from each nation. Makes the cut. 144,000. It's an interesting number,
I
144,000.
mean,
It's
that's
quite
a lot
interesting.
harsher than Thanatos, I know, but you know, I grew up with them. You know, the 144,000 being the judges,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
just judge land.
What I find interesting about something like that from that growing up
Mm,
is that that by if you actually go to the truth of what that thing is,
mm.
or not the
Number
truth,
system.
but the written
Yeah,
explanation,
divide that 144,000 by 12. You get a
it would
very
include
special fucking
nobody from
number.
the faith. It
Yeah,
would include no one from the faith.
yeah.
Like
Even more
that's
so
the
when you
bit that
divide it by 13. Yeah.
the whole faith talking
Oh,
about this chosen, and that by the metric of what a chosen person
Tuesday's
equals
nuts.
means that
Yeah.
none of the people of the faith are chosen. and they bull they bull people.
Tuesday's nuts. Exactly.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Mm,
Like,
mm.
oh my god, that's fatalistic shit, eh?
It is, bro. It is.
You may as well just like put your ass up in the air and allow it to
Hey,
just take, just pound it,
yeah.
nuke from above,
Hand it over. Yeah. Hand
hand
it over
over, and just
willingly.
nuke.
You're free.
That's it,
That's
faithful
it.
and discreet. Mm.
That's it. Get the tattoo. Free hole.
Just
One, you know, free on one side, hole on the other butt cheek.
would you prefer? Those stupid things. Would
I
you?
wouldn't prefer that kind of, you know, exit.
Would you prefer?
I'd rather
No,
die on my
hang
feet
on, hang on.
than, you know,
Would you prefer to
live
be
on my
free?
knees, if that be the case.
Would you prefer to be free but not very available, or available but
But
not
not
free?
very free.
Mm. Not free.
Mm.
So sort of like always available but it costs,
Well, freedom to me,
or
like,
only
if
occasionally
it comes
available
from
but it's
that, if
free.
it comes from that point of view, that freedom, right? The freedom and the liberty to do whatever. And I would feel that the freedom and liberty to do whatever would become very fucking boring after a while, right?
Yeah, decadent.
So the chase
Slanesh.
is the
That's the
important
path to
part.
Slanesh.
Yeah, the Lanesh is the chase. It has to have some chase and a cost. That is the Lanesh.
Slanesh. Mm.
Mm.
Slanesh
To
would
be
need
free all
profiles.
the time is to not no longer be desired because it's just readily available.
The toastings.
Mm.
Um,
All points of view. All points of view.
yeah, Slanesh is quite a pointy view.
Mm. Extremely pointy.
Very- Lots of fangs.
Mm.
Yeah, rows. But not that they tear you apart, but perhaps tenderize you. And dig, here we go.
Mm.
Is this okay? Now, what level of truth do we want to talk about?
Well, I
Like,
did find this the other day, and you know, a little bit of on from where we were with the whole people getting out there and getting the message out there. You know,
the burbs.
the burbs, hold burb gently,
Yeah.
otherwise you'll damage the circuitry.
You didn't
Hold
respond
burb
much when
very gently.
I tried to like let you in on
Mm.
the deeper truth
Mm.
that burbs are actually aircraft carriers
Yeah.
and it's mosquitoes
The tiny
that
little planes and the
that have
alien
that do do all this
DNA
work.
seekers.
So
Mm.
that's why we have the burb images as a
Mm.
distraction from the truth
To take
that they're
away
actually
from
aircraft carriers
mm. Mm.
and the mosquitoes have the
Micronized.
cameras and the microphones and
Mm.
battery and CPU and shit. Like that's a
That's it.
mosquito. And they come down and they like can do two ways. Generally, they just take samples, just
Yeah.
and observe when you're sleeping.
Mm.
Uh,
Like Santa.
and
I'm always
that's true.
watching you while you're
Santa
sleeping.
actually is sort of mosquitoes if you think
Mm.
about it.
Mm. Mm. Collection of them all became sentient when they joined together in the
And that's
hive.
it. So all of
Yeah.
them come back to the
One
hive. The
sentient
hive's
Santa
a
mosquito.
hive that's
Mm.
giant,
Mm.
giant that just sits on top of the earth in its nest. That special hive,
All
yeah,
knowing,
mosquito
all
nest.
seeing mosquito.
um, it's kind of a
Omnipotent
god.
mosquito. That's it.
It's a mosquito is a god, effectively.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Collectively in
collectively,
that Santa
collectively, right?
mode.
The Santa that's right.
Yeah,
They come together
Santa
to
mode.
become a god, the
Mm.
god. They just know all the things once a year. With mosquitoes join together once a year, and they do it in migration, right? As in
Well,
the
they have
aircraft
to.
carriers of birds. Like
They
you
have
can't
to.
expect a
Yeah.
mosquito to get all the way to the North Pole.
No, no,
No.
no. Just it
So
happens so
that's
that
what burbs
they
are
take
for.
various burbs on the way.
Yeah. And the
So
burbs,
they've got to set up the burb traffic.
yeah.
They can only get fit 3,000 to 4,000 mosquitoes on
Fleets
one burb.
mm.
You know,
in.
mm, mm. Inside one burb. That's it. 3,000 to 4,000. It's quite
It's
a
just,
tasty little cake. Like they
it
do that
is.
in South Africa. They gather um, mosquitoes together and crush them and pound them into like a little steak.
A little dish. Oh,
Well,
a
a
steak.
little
Steak.
burger.
Oh, mm.
They squash them into a
I
burger.
totally, I'm up for it.
You want to see this, don't you?
I want to eat it.
Well, apparently
I've
it
eat,
tastes pretty good. Like when you get used to it. I don't.
I've eaten mosquitoes.
Mm, mm.
I've tried various
And
methods
they're
of like
fresh. Like they're
sorting mosquitoes
gathered
out. I
straight
tried
from the
eating
sky
mosquitoes.
into these big pots, and
Uh,
then they then crush them down into the mosquito
oh,
burgers. I mean, shit. There's that many of them. You might as well do something with them. They're annoying the shit out of you and eating the shit out of you. Then you might as well eat the shit out of them, eh?
reciprocal.
Hey.
Just recover your lost
Mm.
mass, biomass, and just eat yourself back.
Take back the protein. How dare you?
Mm.
Moving too much blood, so I'm just gonna eat some of you in a burger.
Repatriation burger.
Mm. Mm.
You know,
I can see it. They need
reclaim the
nets. They
stolen
need like
rights.
big nets where they can just catch multiples, and then they set up an industry, mosquito gathering industry, and then it would do blood sausage. They'd just get them in sausage
Oh,
shapes,
just
and
sausages
then
of
sell them back
mosquitoes.
overseas to the the rich. who want their true blood sausage, African blood sausage, all the blood that the mosquitoes are sucking out of the poor people that are trying to
True.
catch them. So they get their ritualistic blood sausage put in them.
So it's like the sugar.
Pay
So
the
it's like the
people.
honey ant. It's like the honey ant, but it's like the blood mosquito.
Reciprocal
And so
payment.
you have like you suck the
Help the
blood out of the
vampires.
mosquitoes. Yep. Just have sausages full of like the blooded mosquitoes.
Correct. Yeah.
Would you like intentionally feed them up, or would it just be ambient?
Well, I think to be fair, it'd have to be like a rough cut. So there'd be some that would get some of the blood, and others would just have the other.
Like bees,
Yeah.
would. You know how they collect certain flowers, and
Mm.
you got
Oh,
honey box,
certain types of
brush box
Yeah,
honey,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
some shit.
Particular tribes, maybe, like the
Tribes of
tribal
mosquito
variety.
tribes.
This is from
Yeah,
the such and such tribe.
yeah.
This particular
And
harvest
as they
came
sort of
from
but yeah.
this
And
particular tribe.
how and do you think with the sort of the god sort of version
Mm.
of the mosquito like biomass that
Oh,
comes all together,
Santa.
it becomes Santa,
Yeah, yeah.
the god
The
Santa.
Max mosquito,
Mm.
all-seeing eye.
You'll see. Yes, yeah. I'm good. God Santa is like. Do you think that there's like we could possibly eat enough burgers to sort of like
Oh, to
deny the
attain the status
true,
and want and the mosquitoes, which are the
should we
true
become so
gods,
that's
yeah,
the
it
path
comes
we
down
should
and it actually gets to devour you properly, and then you become one with the mosquito god.
that's it, and so we
Yeah,
become like the mosquito god upgrades because we
that's it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New memory centers for the mosquito god,
Mhm.
Santa.
Santa. Mm. Would we give presents to other things? I don't
Well,
think
we'd
so.
want to be all inclusive.
uh
That is the part, is the way. And we got it. We have to hand them.
I'd give them the televisions. I just want to say, so I did this thing last night in the house. We did something called Celebrity Head, and where
I've heard of it.
you put a
Yep.
celebrity on your head,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
And
then
you
you
got to
can't
figure
see
out.
which celebrity you're giving head to, but
No,
then
that's it. And
yeah, all
they
you
got
got is
to
their sticky feeling of what they're
yeah,
doing
you
to
got to
you.
work it out by asking
Mm,
them questions about whether
that's
or
right.
not the celebrity has a gender, and
Who's sticking it to you? Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm. It was pretty trippy. It was an interesting. It
Mm.
was cool. It was a fun game. I liked the game.
Mm.
It was a good.
Process of
It was a
elimination.
good. Yeah, it was a good instance of the game, I
It's
think.
it is true process of elimination.
Oh, I spent a fair time in there. I just realized this morning that I spent a fair time of my process of trying to figure out what I was,
Mm.
thinking I was an inanimate object, probably.
Yep.
I didn't, somehow I just like, it, look, what I learned about myself in this game, playing this game was significant. But me watching the, oh yeah,
This
that's
was a
so
good one.
good. This is
This
so,
was
I
good.
mean, the
Hang
cat.
on, let me disappear myself.
Nuclear. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'll just come across here and so I can
Mm.
admire nuclear cat.
Yeah, that is
Nuclear cat.
the best of the memes that I spotted while I was
That's
looking.
such a nuclear cat right
Yeah, yeah.
there. Nuclear cat.
Ultimate.
Um, yeah, I is my sort of the way I interact with reality and I see or I perceive things is
Mm.
not quite the same. Like so, yeah, I spent a time with a celebrity heads game consider considering maybe a third of my process, considering that I was an inanimate object, maybe a television or
Oh,
something.
yep. Yep, yep.
Yeah. And
Rather
I
than being
sort
the
of,
celeb.
yeah, I didn't, yeah, I suppose I didn't, like, it seemed like a thing that was equally celebratory, you know?
Mm.
Yeah. That was the first thing that I was sort of pondering. Oh,
Special effects. No expense spared, mate. Come on.
geez. The cat. Does it turn into the cat now? That would be oh, 2. Okay.
Yep. Green screen animation.
Let's-
It's not separated. I will separate actually, but
Is this like layers? We got layers going on here.
I've always got layers going on. Come
I
on.
know, I know you've got layers, but like,
You never know
I
what's
mean,
going to pop up.
I don't.
Even the mics pop in every now and again, you know, just fully real-time television and stuff. Does like his special effects.
I've been having a bit of a hankering for a pizza lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been
Like
for.
one of those ones you used to make.
Um,
Homemade pizza or
wow,
takeaway. Someone else
it's
makes it.
all bad. The whole idea is just terrible. Like, I
At
just like,
least if you make it yourself, you can limit the amount of pain you give. You know?
okay, I need to do a
Hmm.
test. So I'll have to run a few experiments. See if yeah, so my body has like I think finally. So I was having like a full out. I was having an outbreak here
Yep.
on my third eye. I was having an
You're
outbreak.
having a third eye experience.
I was, but also for weird reasons. Like it was such an amazingly third eye experience. I was having it down the sides of my nose as well. So down
Oh, you
here.
had fourth and fifth eyes going on.
I did, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And they were telling me that I was eating shit that my body did not like, and I was
Mm.
having an
And
allergic
you
reaction.
and your meat sack was getting very angry at you.
I was getting angry meat sack.
As the
Yeah,
squid controller, why aren't
yeah.
you
Squid
doing
control.
better, squid controller?
Squid controller was
Squid
failing the
game
meat sack.
controller,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
aren't you doing better for your meat suit?
So I've had to adjust and knock out like going. Oh no, but I can eat sheep's cheese. Yeah, I can
Can you can?
once a year,
Mm. Mm.
maybe.
Mm. So pig's feet once a year.
I think. Look, I want to become the kind of person who is comfortable eating chicken feet.
Chewing down spicy
Mm.
chicken feet.
I need to learn the methodology. I want to become accepting of a chicken's foot in my
Mm.
mouth. And you know where they
And
scratch?
no,
It's
no,
nasty as fuck. Like who would
I
eat?
want it. Get the nailings. But they're washed and cleaned, so you don't just eat a chicken's feet off the chop it straight
Wow.
up and chew on a chicken's feet. You got to. It's cooked, similar to the whole
Is
bacon
it?
thing. Yeah,
Do you crunch and you eat the bones? Like
and
it's
spiced and
crunchy.
everything. You cook it that hard that the bones get soft, bubbly.
You cook it that hard.
Yep.
So it sounds like a good way to get like
Boiled in oil, bro. Seriously, and it
bone
bubbles. It
marrow and shit.
bubbles, and it's just like crunchy, crunchy goodness. Bubbly, bubbly, crunchy goodness.
I want it. I wonder if you can order that on Uber Eats.
Or smoked duck.
No, chicken feet
Hmm. I wouldn't
with
mind whole smoked duck. I mean, if you're gonna get chicken feet,
oh
you
well,
get a
yeah.
fucking smoked
I
duck as
fucking
well,
get a
don't you?
smoked duck, man. I love smoked
Smoked
duck.
duck and fucking special number two.
Just
Special
eat the
fried
duck.
rice number
Just,
two.
it's been a long time since I've had special fried rice number 2.
Mm.
For me, that's nasi goreng.
Yeah, it's the
It's totally nasi goreng, man. Fuck, I can just
mm,
pound that shit. I
number
have to be quite.
two.
I don't know. I'd have to be. When would I ever do that again in my life? When would that ever happen? I'd have to be very sick
Special requirement.
and have to have that as a requirement. Well, not yeah. It wouldn't make me sick. I just have to be very sick to need to eat that.
To feel better.
Yeah, that would, and that happens. It can happen.
Mm.
But
A full recharge required.
the amount of glucose required is only if deliverable by rice, I think, is the answer.
Mm. Mm.
The amount of energy I require to
To
whatever it is, it's like it's rare.
density required would be
Mm.
riceness.
It's interesting to live a life where you'd never eat rice again or anything
I
like
don't
that.
know,
Just
man. Rice has always been a big staple for me. So film without it would be hard.
mm. It's weird. It's
And
actually
and
it's beyond hard. It's
I mean, I
weird.
enjoy potato, but potato just bloats me. I just feel bloated after potatoes. Unless
Is
they're
that like
cooked
potato
right.
mash or is it
Yeah, the
like
mash is what makes me feel bloated. It's just normal
yeah,
potato.
okay.
It's like
Like a jacket,
it's
as it
cut,
were, like a
chopped, and boiled in
roast.
jacket or whatever, roasted. Yeah, fine.
That's okay.
But yeah, as soon as you mash it, it's just like, oh,
What do you mash
the
it
bloat.
with? What's your mashing ingredient?
Oh, milk, the butter,
Mm.
maybe the combination of the milk and butter, maybe
I don't know.
without would be better.
Have you ever had it with olive oil and
No,
salt?
no, I should try it with olive oil instead. Sounds much
Yeah,
better.
I like mashed potato with olive oil instead. Not just because of the dairy component, like it's just a different experience.
Mm.
Cats.
Cats.
I
Said
I think this image
that's what
predates
those
AI
cats
still getting
want
shot.
to do. Said
People would have
Bob.
wanted to make cat nuclear bombs
Mm.
earlier than AIs.
And the movie technology with the AI, it's just getting insane. What it can do.
Yeah, I mean, people don't. Yeah, people don't. Yeah, we've talked about it before on
Well,
here.
if you think about it, AI is the modern day Oppenheimer moment, isn't it? It all boils down to it.
Oh,
Like you can be in fear of it. Be,
no,
it's gonna kill me.
no,
It's gonna take away everything.
no, I don't think so.
Mm.
I don't think Oppenheimer is the right moment. Like the atomic weapon is the people use that as to try and reference the damage, but I think it would be more like the Gutenberg Bible.
The invention of the Gutenberg Bible would be more of an equivalent.
Mm,
It's giving people the ability to
mm,
shape their own,
mm. That's more what it's
create
about.
the
Yeah.
story, build the story, because that gives them language.
Mhm.
This will give them
Mm.
those who aren't as creative as others will have the level playing field.
Yeah, like so that and that would be the next thing would be like say if we wanted to go like to deep cultural things,
Mm.
then it would be sort of around the creation of like storytelling,
Mm.
something that can storytell. We've given something the
That's
power to
it.
tell stories.
Old and new. Make up the new ones from life
Because with our
experience,
words we make the world, and now we have, we've imbued with the ability to make worlds
Mm.
because we've given the power to tell stories.
Use those tools of language to build the stories of the future that you want.
Yeah, as I say, I think we should be very mindful. I've said this before, I'm sure, but we should be very mindful about what our news articles and all of our content and says, you know,
Mm. Mm.
as our other
Well, if you think
intelligences
about
or
it, it is
youth
my
consume that as
bias
like
which is
media.
selecting those things in the what we're delivering in the assumed news.
No,
My
but I
bias is
mean,
selecting that, and we've got to be, yeah, you're right. We've got to be careful because in its ability to
if they have more news
enhance the
stories
story.
about,
That's right. It loses its human touch to it, which is our ability to make mistakes. Things will become too perfect.
I know, but the definition of current, like, of where we've thankfully gone with
Mm.
intelligence systems, what we call intelligence, is artificial stupidity.
Yeah, yeah, which is the next level of the
So we really should
imagining
call it,
process. Correct.
yeah, yeah. And I'd envisioned artificial stupidity with a friend back in like the 1980s, and
Well, it's
it's good to see
inherently
it
getting that
happening.
anyway because it's
It's
picking
what
up
it's
its
about.
own material now.
Hmm.
Like it's gone through what we've, as a civilization, have created, and could quite easily sift through that, 100 times faster than what we ever could. So eventually, it will start in its own creations, it'll plagiarize itself, and then go, oh, hang on, I made that, and I
Hmm.
already know that. So why am I including that? I have to get to a point where it'll omit certain things because of its own creation.
Yes, I see that.
Otherwise, it'll end up in the, fractalizing.
Self-referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
fractalizing.
fractalizing, which is probably, what you'd want it to do
Yeah, well, if you
in
want to go
some, in
domain
some,
specific,
specific
yeah, domain
task. That's
specific,
it.
so it just starts
Correct.
to like double down on
Mm,
every
mm,
bit of Star Trek lore ever comes out.
mm. Well, they're saying that they're using it now. Like some MIT students used it to take a photo. So a photo doesn't necessarily have to have geotag data on it anymore. It can use its referencing, get it down to, you know, fairly close distance of where that actual photo was taken
Mhm.
using the, soil and leaf samples and trees and
Oh, I
fauna and
see.
yeah, yeah.
Have a guess. Guess it
It
though.
does like a comparison to where that highest probability of that particular tree might be, and that and
And
that and that and
it's
that.
all of the
All these
images of.
components within the image are broken down into, what they are, and
Hmm.
yeah. And the guesstimates have been pretty good, like in 25 yards in America, whatever that is in meters.
25 yards.
Mm. Which I think is only like about fucking 10 or 20 meters, or even 10 meters or something, isn't it? So that's pretty good placement to where the photo was actually taken. Even
Hmm.
old ones prior to the, like, taken with normal SLR cameras with no geotag data on it like the phones
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that seems quite close. 25 yards. Wow.
Mm. I know. And that was just on a basic from the Google Street View.
Yeah, Street View would have to be it. Hey.
Google Street View was the data source. Yeah.
Yeah, or its equivalent,
Mm.
something like that.
So those little
Something like
games
that
that
where
we
you
were playing inside the VR chat,
yeah.
where is this place at?
Oh,
The
that was
same
cool. Eh?
techniques that we were using to try and figure it out, looking at the plants, looking at the
Yeah,
cars themselves, the houses, house construction. AI's doing that in a fraction of a second. Snap.
yeah. And making its own choice.
And getting it right like 90% of the time. Yeah. How about
Because it
that?
actually has data to work with where we've got
Correct.
supposition.
Yeah.
Like,
Rather than
oh, okay,
us
what
just
have I
taking
seen?
suppositions. Exactly. So there will be, a point where, yeah, okay, it's going to get a lot smarter than us, and it probably is in some aspects, in its,
Already, actually.
limited way
Yeah.
that it performs, that we've allowed it to perform with our
Mm.
fucking gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Right. It's like any new thing. Everybody thinks it's going to kill you. I mean, what did poor old buddy Nikola Tesla went through it when he was, AC versus fucking DC psi. What
Oh,
were they doing?
terrible.
They were fucking electrifying fucking elephants in the street for entertainment to prove how dangerous one was over the other.
Elephants. High voltage.
Mm, rock and rolls.
Or high amperage. Which one do you want?
Mm. Well, the voltage is always going to kill you. The amperage will.
Mm-hmm. So you go high voltage, low amperage.
That's right. That's why people can get struck by lightning.
Mm.
Super high voltage, mega low amperage. Unless you're next to some sort of capacitance fucking store, and then you.
Then it blows through you
That's it.
to
Blows
reach it.
through to reach it in a last ditch effort before the earthenings.
Right? And your hip explodes.
Then just like reforms back in like an instant because it's like atomic level zappings.
Wow.
Instantly become like a. So when you get blown up, it just like expands out to a certain radius and then just all pulls back in on itself. Never
Trippy.
endings.
Trippy.
Oh, there was some great storm action up here in Queensland, that's for sure.
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh
what happened
yeah,
in the
lines
north?
down and houses, things. We had a tornado, Si.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
what
we
do you
had a
mean?
tornado.
What do you mean? Like just to I mean,
The
a dust
force and the
devil
wind and where it traveled through, it just created like a path, like a tornado. Queensland.
in Queensland?
Yeah, it's been very quiet about it. Bombs just like all scratching their head, going, "What the fuck?" Another one. So we had one a while back. Had one went through the gap, and it just tore a hole right through this fucking valley.
Like the gap as in Brisbane?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Knocked
came through
trees
that way.
down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
De-roofed a whole stack of places.
I think I remember that. That was a
Mm,
while ago,
mm.
huh?
So they said
But
the frequencies of those sorts of things happening are increasing, and they are. Like
mm,
it was unheard of, and then it's suddenly heard of, and now it's like, oh, not another one.
mm.
Because most of our
I've
grief's been from the sea. Like it's come in as a tropical cyclone,
I've
dumped a
been
shit ton of
wondering.
water or whatever,
I've been wondering if we don't like make things happen like where like why do we think that we okay? What if you just had like a storm go for 6 months?
Well, if we're not
Like
careful, that's what'll
like
happen.
it just stormed for
It'll
six
get to
months.
perfect conditions where storms just won't cease.
That's it, eh?
They'll just keep going.
And it'll just be
And
like
they'll just
storming
cruise
and
through
like
the
just shit
Pacific,
just
cruise
flying and
through the
flooding and
fucking
just
Indian
keeps
Ocean,
flooding and just keeps
cruise through the
storming.
fucking Atlantic. They'll do like fucking 17 continents. And then people will start going, oh, what's going on? Well, what do you fucking think's going on? I mean, not like it hasn't been raining like hell up in the northern hemisphere for, pretty much most of the year. Been battered.
They've been
Yeah.
battered.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the northern
Well,
hemisphere?
yeah, Germany.
Oh, right.
Everyone's had flooding this year, and like
Oh, really?
severe flooding.
Oh, I didn't
China,
even know.
Americas, Europe. They're all getting flogged.
And now it's the southern hemisphere's turn.
Mm. They've just been bloody lucky.
No, it's only just started,
Thankful,
mate.
thankful of those El Ninos and El Ninas. El Nino's always going to try and get it right up that El Nino.
Which one
What
was
is
which?
the way, you know? All about the chase side.
So what is it, like a high pressure that chases a low pressure system or
Mm,
something
mm.
like that?
On the hunt for that
Really?
cool air, mate.
Mm.
Always trying to cool down. Doesn't like being hot. Sun's got a lot to do with it. Sun's been whipping up too, ain't it? Going hard. Zippity zippity zap. Big bad players coming this way, that way.
What's been happening with the sun?
Oh, the
It's getting a
usual.
bit
You know,
feisty.
getting a bit feisty around this time of year.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho, indeed.
Let the burnings continue. My skin looks good, but it's also it's just showing some
Suffering.
effects. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
showing some effects from like long-term sun exposure over. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, as kids, your skin's just so resilient. As you get older, just
Well, it's still
you gotta,
resilient. It's just
mm,
like at the end of its
gotta
resilience. It's
to
just like
limit the exposure.
it's not a.
Mm.
It's the resilience hasn't decreased in a sense. Like it's just well, its durability has. I wonder what that.
Tanned
Interesting.
leatheriness.
Yeah, there's that.
Mm.
I like that.
It's like your own built-in armor.
Hmm. Designed maximum protection. Like sort of. Mm, moving from side to side.
Mm.
Whoa.
Selecting the next
Yeah, what's happening?
background.
What have we got next? Cat. Cat. What have we got?
Sent you a view. This we had the special friend.
Oh, well, I mean, look, I'm going to suggest
Mm.
that with the Farron sort of memes, like, okay,
They
do
are
you
funny.
know? Do you know what it means?
I have sort of some glimmering of an idea, but are you able to fill in the detail?
Basically, one of her party members, in the main quest
Mm.
that she went on to kill the Demon King,
Yeah.
which sort of took up 20 years of her life or whatever. Um, there was a dwarf in there,
Mm.
and the dwarf showed her like he just produced he like for birthdays or other things he would make like these massive steaks, like massive hamburg steaks,
Mm.
like
As the gift.
big plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just had these massive hamburg steak. So yeah, Fearon quite likes them. Like as a
She's
result,
into the
there's
burgers.
yeah,
The
there's
burgers
lots
are
of
good.
yeah, they're big. But it's literal. It's actually quite literal. Like it's literally
Mm.
yeah. This is interesting.
I mean,
Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, this one's kind of interesting
burgers.
because I don't think she'd be into. Oh, maybe.
Not the ones that hit the ground, obviously.
No, I'd suppose not.
Bit more cultural than that. I mean, the five
Yeah,
second
sure.
rule does apply, but
Well,
I did like this one. This was
It's fun.
quite good. Zardos,
Oh, Zardos was
Christmas
fantastic.
Zardos. Yeah,
I
I was like so pleased when it. I was like, ah, Zardos is listening.
yeah, that is the mosquito um, Santa God.
Mm,
Mm,
in all its glory. You know,
totally. That's just being
guns are
covered,
good,
isn't it?
penises are bad. Everybody knows that.
Yes. Trade in your penis for a gun.
Do it today.
Mhm.
Join the Space Marines.
That's it. National glory.
The glory of the Imperium.
Hmm.
No, I do like my Santa Zardos. It's something else.
Santa Zardos is fantastic. It's a real
It's like
classic.
next
I got
level.
it. Yeah, I
It's
didn't
like I'm
even.
living in the year fucking 6000 right now, you know? I am.
It can be a
I
bit
am in
like
the
that.
year
It's tricky.
6000.
Yeah.
Just came back for a quick visit to see how everyone's going. Haven't nuked each other. Air's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Water's still drinkable. Food's still edible. Yeah, keep it up.
Mm.
Get rid of that plastic, or else we'll come back here and nuke you all.
Nice and direct.
Yeah. Hey, you know, you can win friends or you can influence the universe. How does it work?
Mm.
Hmm.
That's a good question.
And if you're going to get things done, you know, you don't make threats, you make promises. That's what you got to do. Stop making threats and just make them
Yeah, man.
promises. Keep them.
Make promises.
Yeah, because we like people who keep their promises, you know.
Promissory.
Don't just threaten, just deliver. We want it. We want the nuke right on the forehead. So if you're going to deliver one, you put it right on the forehead. Delivery. Else, you know, just quit talking about it because it's getting old.
Wow.
Hmm. That's the sort of approach you got to take. Don't fear the bomb. Love it. Just want to love it so hard you want it right on your forehead. It's like a lightning bolt. Love it so hard you just want it directly on the forehead. If God's going to strike you down for what you're saying, make sure it's right on the third eye. Give it to me. You know, give it to me hard. See, cover me harder, Daddy. Oh man, I was letting loose at my
Or,
family you know, the gathering of
oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
old age orphans. And I'm sure Mum and Dad would have been proud. I was like, just it's why my voice is so fucked. Is just gave it to the Santa Claus. You know, I made sure Krampus was kept at bay because you know, what is something about crossing the shadow of the valley of death? I will fear no evil because I am the most evil motherfucker in this place. And belted it out to the universe. And yeah, luckily
Wow.
there was no lives taken in that area. It scared the shit out of the Krampus, and he's going, oh shit, man, it's got to be somewhere else, far more calmer and far more further away from Orion than this place. We shall go there now. Come, Santa, leave the presents and let us quickly slip out the doorway, before we face what is Orion's the the, the anger which lies beneath that calm and casual picture. Small previews, you know, you got to do that. It's not about
Mm.
asserting authority and how high I can urinate up a tree. That is not in the equation when it comes to the. It's a sing off. It's a dance off. And the louder you are, the further away they go. The true reading of the Krampus at the doorstep. So Si's like fully gone into the special,
I've gone into
the mode.
okay.
It's all good
Yeah.
because we're approaching the, what are we?
I think it's 11 my time, I think.
Yeah, 11 your
2.
time, and we're done 2.5, oh, it's almost 3 hours on live and 3:15 on the boarding.
We're only 15 minutes.
Extra, yeah, I know, 25 minutes we were chatting for
Fine.
before I went to live, so
That's all good.
yeah. Tech talk,
Oh.
I'm sure that, they're not really interested in that.
TED Talks.
Tech talks.
Tech Talks.
Tech talks, not TED talk. Yeah.
I like TED
That's a
Talks.
whole different thing. I don't mind TED talks.
Nah, talking about tech though.
Mm.
Zardos. How do you
Have
gotta
I
be
ever
like
had a Zardos moment?
maybe, yeah, okay. Have you ever had a Zardos moment?
um, yes and no. Like, I won't know whether I can live forever unless I die. So I'll wait until that happens and then I'll know that I don't live forever. Whether that be suspending disbelief, whatever you want to call it. It's like, is Schindler's cat inside that box? Is it alive or is it dead? Well, you don't know until you open it up.
Hmm. Yep.
So is it better to imagine that it's alive and leave the box closed and then it is going to die because you never opened the box up? Or do you take that chance that, it's got holes in it and there is some sort of scuffling going on? So the detection of alivedness would warrant the opening of the box to keep the cat alive. Rather than the knowing of leaving the box closed for several weeks would definitely make sure the cat wasn't alive.
So you want to collapse the probability field to sort of like establish the cat's,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this box that this guy had a cat in, and for some reason wondered whether it was alive or dead. Maybe he should have just checked. It could have been just sleeping. But, incessant scratching on the box and not opening the box, I think would go into that borderline, cruelty method. You understand that when you ask the question of whether the cat is alive or dead in the box, if it's scratching and screaming for its life, then it is definitely still alive. Mm. But once that period has passed of the scratching and the screaming, and then the silence afterwards, which doesn't return to the scratching and the screaming, then the probability of death has increased to 100%. If we want to talk about it in a probability method. But see, I don't know what kind of guy this was. This Schrodinger. He made a lot of curious assumptions. Let's put it that way.
That's fair enough.
Best not to assume, especially if the evidence is directly available to the status of the cat.
It's so trippy. Some trippy stuff, man. Well,
Well, it's a mind game.
Oh, it's raining.
You got rain.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe
Do you know
we
one of
might
the things that
mimic
I
a little
find
bit.
makes me go to sleep when
Sound
we're
of rain.
on stream? When I,
Mm.
no, it's actually when I put both headphones on.
Yeah.
Like it's a coziness.
The warmness of the two muffled ears and the
The
warm
two muffled is
ears.
it's cozy, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
And especially if you're sitting down. That's why I get up and I walk around because
yeah, you
otherwise,
gotta, hey, if you sit down with
if
the
you
headphones on,
if
you're
you're just
fucked.
sitting,
It's
that's why I think
terrible.
you need that ability to be able to switch between the two different characters. The one where you can just talk and the character will animate, and you can be walking around and doing whatever. Versus the
Yeah,
you
you
know
do,
the
hey. You need to be able to
and
press a
and
button.
I guess in short streams, right? You'd want to have the one where your hands move and you're animated and you're doing things, right? Pointing stuff out, pointing at the screen, pointing at each other. But on long streams,
Hmm.
like having a character where it just moves its mouth and animates a certain amount is more than sufficient because then it gives you the ability to be mobile. And I think a lot of times to get
Yeah.
long streams, you want to stay mobile because if you're just sitting down
Oh, you're
talking,
finished.
oh, I saw this crazy thing on the whatever podcast. You watched it, whatever?
No.
Oh, well, just it was a.
Never
I've
heard of
got
it.
the clips. I don't watch the full channel. I got the clips when they put the clips up. But they had a crazy streamer on. The girls just like she said all this really weird stuff and tried to irritate all the girls on the set, right?
Hmm.
And then she pulled out all this medication, started taking medication live on the stream. And then she's pulled out this white powder, chopped it up with like a credit card, and snorted it off the table on his stream. Like it's a full on Christian stream, right? The dude's
Whoa.
just lost his shit. He just absolutely lost it. And I mean, I get it. I mean,
But
you didn't,
in
when you come in to talk, you come in to talk, you don't come in to use your medicine or whatever on stream. You can do that in your own stream and invade somebody's other stream that you've been invited to and start using your medication on stream.
and was she
Like,
in
what?
his presence or just on digitally?
Well,
Like,
they had to cut to another camera, so they didn't show her doing it. Yeah, she was like chopping up on the table and a big snorting and like this crazy. Apparently she's a tuber and she's trying to get notoriety, and that's what a lot of them are doing now. They're invading the other big tuber sites and then just doing something outlandishly outrageous to get the likes, get the hits, get the subscribers.
of course you do.
Mm. But yeah, it was amusing just watching them, do a bit of tubing while
Like,
playing around with programs.
it's going to be the way, man. Like,
Hmm.
that's the whole. Like, imagine if sort of like we do like say 6 seasons of this,
Hmm.
and in six
I'm going
seasons,
to try my endeavor is not to be repeating. Like we'll repeat certain things, but yeah, try and have
like in
something
what way
different
themed.
going on. Yeah.
Hmm. But then we drop like a bombshell, and it's revealed that while we've been doing the streams, we've actually been like having sex with some things, like not like thing weird. And then just
Pocket pussy.
like so just imagine this, right? So we do 6 seasons,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Trying to master sounds of
then
the
we drop out
squelching
like
on the
this. We're gonna
pocket
be like
pussy.
put out this info, and people would just like, and maybe have like a little fake accidental slip, like the stream like drops to our actual selves, and just this brief like a bit
Just
of
banging
secretive
down this
interviews
doll on the bed.
mm,
Yeah, yeah,
while talking.
Yeah, just chatting
and
away, just like fully
on our
hammering the
different
doll.
streams.
Yeah.
We've become the most amazing thing ever. When
What
people
would it
be watching all the
require?
6 seasons, they'd be like looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
them like trying to figure out what we were doing in different places.
yeah,
There'd be
yeah,
all these
yeah,
assumptions.
yeah.
And
While I was jumping around, going into the
when they
Fenty
were going
moment,
eventually,
there was
actually,
actually
it was like,
something actually going on while the Fenty moments were happening.
that's right.
The mystique of what was going on during the Fenties.
We can create like completely synthetic. Um,
Well, you can pay for bot farms. Like people, you can get likes. There's places you just go online and go, oh,
oh yeah,
here's
but
$1,000. These are my accounts. Just get all these likes up on everything in there. You know what I mean? Just come in and just press
mm,
like on everything that I've got.
yeah, you can.
I mean, you
But
can do it artificial, but I mean, people are going to know. Like, if you don't have talent, you don't have some sort of talent to sell or to use,
mm,
people are going to know. Like,
oh
you can
yeah,
see that in some of those artists that get on, the different shows. Like, if they didn't waggle their ass or show their tits or their butthole, they wouldn't get fucking views, really,
no,
would they? You know what I mean? No
but
one would be even the slightest bit interested. It's only because they do that shit that they actually get the views. It's like one girl that I follow, Stacy, on fucking Twitter. That's all she does. Just has these videos of her just fucking slapping her butt, pulling her bits open, showing the flower, showing a bunghole, and she gets fucking thousands of views and thousands of likes every day. Dude's just simping out.
yeah,
Oh, you're so beautiful. Can I fuck you? Who knows who the fuck Stacy is? Stacy's probably a fucking dude who's just laughing his head off, taking pictures of some, or stealing some French chick's fucking content. You know what I mean? And then just
could be
writing
actually.
shit
Yeah,
on there.
their stace is just a guy stealing from it.
Stacy's just some chick over in
Just
France, but it's some dude sitting in his mum's basement in fucking Southern California, just ripping cunts off on the
poor
old
Stacey.
OnlyFans.
Fake ones.
Yeah,
Well,
and this chick's probably giving it away for free in France on fucking X. And he's just automatically harvesting her shit and getting to come across to OnlyFans and pay for it.
I mean, surely we're only a very short space of time away, if not already engaged with like, um, I don't know
There's already AI OnlyFans stuff
exactly,
going.
man.
Yeah, yeah, that was inevitable.
And I mean, in terms
It's
of
just some
content,
dude fucking using computer to generate
if
girlies
you
to
fed
jerk off to.
all of like Pornhub and X
Yeah.
Hamster and X Video,
Oh, you'd have like the
um,
porn
categorized
superstar,
it all,
super dick and fucking super vagina.
can you imagine?
Hmm.
That would
And
just
their
make an
special
amazing
friends fucking super
infinity
anus and
porn.
fucking super mouth.
Mm.
Hmm.
And you don't need compilations or anything. You just you could just say, I want like which positions, like I
Hmm.
want five different missionary things, make them go for like 10 minutes each.
That's it. Make them this particular style. It's
Mm.
fantasy land. Dunk, dunk, dunk,
Mm.
dunk. Elves and goblins. Whatever you kink, throw it in there. Just throws it back out as a movie.
Wow, a paywalled live stream.
Mm. Self-generating
When,
AI
mm,
masturbation tour.
wow. Mm. So you can sort of get
Pay a
but
few extra bucks, get your own image thrown in there. Provide some video, and it just maps your face into the whole.
I see
Um,
what
you know,
wanking off to your fake self,
yeah, that's
fucking
it,
fake
man.
human.
Ultimate fucking high five, virtual high five through the fucking house's
Oh
window,
wow.
looking glass, watching yourself fuck all these bitches.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now.
You're like American Psycho 10,000, slapping each other through the mirror. The virtual mirror.
Fuck. Virtual mirrors. Mm. The AI self.
Mm, just wanting to kiss and hug it. Oh,
Would you taunt your own self? Would you be like,
so perpetuating fantasies.
wouldn't this be a terrible virus, right? So you have like your sort of your joy program. You got your virtual girlfriend.
Mm,
It's sort of like as a hologram in your house. And Chris is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, hey baby.
Gets invaded.
Yeah,
It becomes
yeah,
like this super dominant.
gets invaded by this. This is
Mm,
you come home. It's like, yeah, she's not having you anymore.
mm.
And then it just starts
Beat
because he's
down.
virtual as
Just
well.
gets
He can
virtual
just
beat down. It's like bar fight. You have to fight your way in and out of the house every day. She's like just throwing all this virtual shit at you. Does actual damage. Ah, damn you! Neighbors,
get
the
out.
police keep getting called, but there's no one to arrest because it's just her going crazy. Virtual psycho.
That's infected with
Can't
this
do anything,
virus.
sir. Your computer's infected. You
Mm.
have to reformat it. No, there's thousands and thousands of hours of fucking training in that system. All that work gone down the tube just from one virus.
Spends the rest of his life like with her
Mm,
offline,
yeah.
just painstakingly going through
Mm.
the code,
Trying to
trying to
chop it
like
out,
trying to
just
chip
to
it out
keep the
manually.
ends up just being a total wreck.
Mm.
Yeah, would have been better if just paying the
And she
two
lives.
two bitcoins,
Does
to
she live
unlock her. But no,
while
he's
he
just like
dies? It's just
savaged
sort
her memory, and she's like like becomes like a mute, and yeah, yeah, it's always failing.
of, it's just like too much of her was carved out in the attempt to save him. He fails.
Mm. Took too much of the personality away. So
Yeah.
half robotic, half recognizing, but then just totally cold.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Stranger in the house syndrome.
Oh. And then through that, does he then kill him?
I need emptying less of me break.
Oh yeah, no, I've done one of those. Hey, I thought I did pretty well. I managed to communicate, and then in the flushing, I went to mute and thought that was a nice little combination. Uh,
I mean, it's better than just having a bottle under the table doing
yeah, you don't want to
a
pull a
super.
Cartman.
You don't have to pull the bottle out.
You don't want to know. Doing a Cartman's, well, it's extreme. You don't have to do, you don't have to do a Cartman. Hot pockets. Hot pockets, mom. That's right. Number two.
Bucket, mom.
Bucket.
Ooh, that was a big one, Eric.
It's just so bad. Eh?
Mm
It's
mm
like,
mm.
don't be Cartman. It's interesting. It's an interesting like warning to children these
Yeah.
days.
Mm.
I'm not Cartman, Dad. Okay.
No,
No, good. I'm just checking.
I'd rather you be Kenny than Cartman.
That's a thing to ask. Hey, who would you want your child to be if they were a South But it had to be one of the
South
South
Park
Park characters.
child.
Yeah, what's your child? Like, what do you want to? People just be like, that really. Yeah, someone says, "I want to have kids," and you say, well, "Okay,
Hmm.
I mean, which do you think is?" And then it's like, "None of them." I'm like, well, that's not
That's it.
very.
Oh, yeah. I can't really process you that way.
Well,
Got to be at least one.
hmm, especially today, man, it's just out of control. It's fucking
Hmm.
cray crazy.
True. True. Very
It's
true.
like just we've got like the medication being given to people,
Hmm.
being given to like 12-year-olds. The one being given to 12-year-olds, right? Is those things that like meant to be taken daily, and they're sort of you basically develop a full dependence for them. If you don't have them, you just start malfunctioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you look at that and you go, hmm, that's now an 80-year-long client
Hmm.
that has to
Hmm.
pay every month
Yep.
to not have a complete fucking meltdown.
It's this in a nutshell.
They've got to give
Coming
you
up next.
$80 a month. Oh,
It's this all over, bud.
that's it. You have got it. Got.
You have get a got in order to get somebody got before they get you got. Get them got.
Got him.
Get 'em got 'em good.
Get him. Got him. Got him. Yeah, that says a lot. Yeah. Yeah, there's a real sad, trippy,
Mm, mm.
and just total acceptance. Hey, it's just like people just going, yeah, no, they can barely function at school unless they're like, you know, making sure that Pfizer earns, an extra $20,000. Well, imagine that. Like as soon as someone goes on one of them, they like probably have like a little thing. It's just like, wow, great, you know, that's like $500 a month.
Mm,
Government pays most, so they don't give a shit. $500 a month,
mm. Much
six
slapping.
grand a
Much
year.
slapping
And
going
that's
on.
6 grand a
Oh,
year, and then like four
back slapping
for
like
eight,
you'd
six,
never
eight,
imagined.
$480,000.
Mm.
So clients worth what,
Cha-ching.
half a mil, ching,
Cha-ching.
per
Innit?
person. Yeah, half a mil, and then you'll get them on some other things.
Hmm. Because you're going to need this.
Yeah.
Because you got that.
Well, and once
You know,
you've had
because
that
this
for so
goes with
long, it
that
has.
and that goes with
That's right.
this.
Exactly. You got to have the matching
And
set.
if you're using both of them, then you got to have these as well.
Mm. Otherwise,
Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
doesn't work. Got trouble.
Oh, I get how that whole thing works. I'm just like, shit. Can I have nothing? Is that better if
Yes,
I
you
just
can.
have nothing?
Yeah, it is actually.
Thanks, man. Oh, shit. That's much better. You
Have
know, I'm
nothing.
happy with me couple of vices. Maybe nicotine through the fucking vape.
Yeah,
Bit of alcohol.
that's it.
Flowers. You
Yeah,
know, that's it. Shit, what else do I need? Occasional Christmas fucking, you know, tippy tippy
whiskey,
tap tap off the table sort of shit, but maybe that's about it.
maybe.
You know? Couple of mushrooms on the old birth to Rooney.
That's
Just to,
nice.
just to, do a bit of mind
Cleansing.
sweeping. Do a bit of
Yeah,
mind sweeping, if anything.
nice. Nice. Mine's that's it. Cleanse.
Special occasions only. More than 10 milligrams is definitely a holiday.
Yes, it is.
So, you know, I mean,
Oh,
that and the rest of the excitement that goes on in my life, I mean, what more do you need? It's just, it is it. This is it.
oh,
This time I know it's the real thing.
the red thing. What is
What is
the real thing?
the real
Oh,
thing?
look at that. Look at
Come
that. We
and
just,
see the real thing. Come and
ah,
see. Come and see the real thing.
ah, oh, fuck
Oh, I
yeah.
got it. It was a meow.
That's a real thing.
Mm, it came through.
Very real. Ah, cats. The cat's at the table with a silver
Mm,
spoon.
special. I don't know what that cow's doing though.
Uh,
Jumping over the moon like that.
crazy cats.
Mm.
Um, oh, oh, I wonder where that comes from. I've never really looked into that one.
The nursery rhyme of the
It could be just like
cat and the fiddle.
an
Hey diddle
Edward's,
diddle.
like Edward, whatever his name is. So
Mm.
like an absurdity. Like it doesn't mean Edward Lear.
It's more
Like
the
Edward Lear's
rhyme that was the
alphabet.
important thing rather than the
Mm,
wordings.
yeah.
Only
Yeah.
the
It's like
names and the creatures have been changed to protect the innocent. Boom boom. I think we've done pretty
How about that?
successful.
How about that? I wonder if that
Mm.
is actually the origin of like.
I'm going to look it up now. Come on, you got me started. On a roll.
Okay,
Let's have a look.
okay, let's do that. Curious. Huh. Hmm.
The rhyme may have dated back to at least the 16th century.
Oh wow.
Some references suggest it dates back in some form 1,000 or more years ago. In
Hmm.
early medieval illuminated manuscripts, a cat playing a fiddle was a popular image.
A cat
So
playing a fiddle.
there was a reference to
It's
it
a
in
popular
King
image.
of
Yeah.
Persia, printed in 1569,
Oh really? It's in
and there
Persian.
was another reference to it in the Cherry and the Syed from 1597. So the 1569 was, "They be at hand, sir, with stick and fiddle. They
Oh.
can play a new dance called Hey Diddle Diddle."
Oh, it's a dance. It was like a
Another possible,
jig.
like I said, the Cherry and the Syed reference was, "But since you thinketh an easy thing to mount above the moon, or own fiddle take a spring and dance when you have done."
Mm.
Another reference was 1587. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. Little dog laughed to see such craft, and the fork ran away with the spoon.
The fork ran away with the spoon. What's the metaphor of that, eh? That's an interesting one. Is it literal? Did the fork?
Numerous theories seeking to explain the rhyme have largely been discredited.
Yeah, I told you.
One suggestion that it was a corruption of an ancient Greek chorus, which was probably passed to him as a
I think
hoax.
it's a song.
Another
Huh.
theory is it came from a low Dutch anti-clerical rhyme about priests doing demanding hard work. Other theories refer to Hathor worship, various constellations such as Leo the cat and Lyra the fiddle, Taurus the
Oh, really?
cow, Canis Major the little dog, Pig, Ursa Minor, Little Dippers, align with the moon around the
What
winter solstice.
is a winter solstice song?
Mm,
That's interesting.
there you
So
go.
it's like where
I
the
probably got an
longest night.
early link with the red moon to solstice. There you go, Si.
Oh my God.
Something new every day.
You do. Special moon.
Hmm.
Some of those were interesting. Being above the moon, placing something.
Hmm.
It's a lot of work. Hmm. The undertakings. Wow. Have you got any more plans for your week off as it
Just probably
continues?
taking it easy. When I might try and catch up with Brody again
Yeah, nice.
to do
Get the youngling out again, maybe
yeah,
after
yeah, absolutely. Get some more sun on that boy's skin, some more water. Best thing.
Did you go for a swim?
Swimmings for you.
Oh, it is. Oh, so that's okay. After all the nuclear bombs, there's just something nice.
Hmm.
Ah,
Some Attack on
have
Titan.
have you watched much?
Oh, I watched quite a bit actually. I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Where are you up to?
quite
Are
incredible.
you up to like?
I think I've still got a little bit to finish, but yeah, mostly done. Story was
Yeah.
just crazy, man.
So you're past like the walls.
Yeah,
You know. You
yeah,
know the
yeah.
bigger story.
Larger story of what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Only reason to take giant form, man. You're gonna hit that big part.
And also, have you done the final movies? You up to them yet? Like, is
No,
like,
no, I've got
yeah,
to finish off with them. So,
yeah,
but
awesome,
definitely
man.
worthy
So
series,
worthy.
man.
It's
So
worthy.
fucking worthy.
It would have been good. Like
Worth it,
watching
man.
it literally over the last 10 years of my
Mm,
life, it has felt a little less worthy at times. Some like if you ever see my comments and things, I'll sometimes be complaining.
mm.
The pacing, like some episodes, like you know,
So slow, you almost bore
so
yourself to
fucking
tears,
slow.
and then
Yeah,
others are
yeah,
just like so quick. It's like, what did I
yeah,
fucking miss? You have to
yeah. I
rewatch it
know it's crazy.
2 or 3 times, just catch everything.
I really want to watch the movies again. Now that they're out, yeah, watch them all in a sequence.
Mm,
Uh, there was a few surprises actually this season. There was Zom 100 bucket list of the dead. It's super fun. It's really cool, funny.
mm.
But yeah, they sort of just stopped at like episode 9. You're like, oh, okay, that's interesting, or whatever it was, or 10 or something. And so they just put out like 11, 12, and 13, all just sort of around Christmas. Like that was like
Yeah,
months later.
big dump. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice. There was a few. I can't remember, was something else like that as well, where it was like, oh, cool. They just sort of like decided to finish that up in a really like almost like a Christmas present, if you wish.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, what are we watching?
Wrappings.
Oh, I can't that freaking character.
Mm.
Are you what's the name? What is that character's name?
It was funny, the carrier
Mum.
titans.
The carrier titans are the
Yeah,
ones like the beast cart, the
yeah, the
cart.
beast card things. Yeah, apparently some guy in South Korea got pinged, called one of the ladies there in the chat carrier, like he referred to her as one of those carrier cart titans. It's like completely slapped for it, fined,
Oh,
insulted.
really?
Mm.
You're
Is it
using a titan as a
a size experiment, size reference?
you're a beast titan. Was such an insult.
Oh,
Gets like
mm. Several hundred or 7,000 yen slapped
uh,
with whatever currency is. Yeah, fully tsh.
the lookings.
Mm.
Tries to eat him.
But you'd appreciate a bit of anime in the background.
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I don't know how we could possibly. How are we going to screen this? Is there no audio?
No, no audio whatsoever.
Okay.
I've cut the audio completely. It's just video in the background. So I don't hear anything
It's,
either. So it's just you and me talking over it.
it's,
All as part of the experiment.
I guess it is.
Hmm.
I'm lost into watching it. Like it's too
Yeah,
good to
I
watch,
know. It
and
is
it's
too
just
good.
terrible, man. It's
That's like
like,
fully distracting. I'm gonna just go
yeah,
back.
that's just too
It was at
hard,
the
man.
end anyway, so that's it. We got the
That's
blasts out of it that were required.
the blasts. It's interesting who you think about like 10 years. The people that sort of started watching an anime. Like, yeah, I guess I remember when I first saw some of it, and I was just like, what the fuck? Just went on a
Mm.
binge. I hadn't watched it. I mean, I was aware of it, but when I first finally watched it, like, and just got it, like, it was so good.
Mm.
Um, oh, I'm just massaging my leg at the moment.
Yep.
So,
Keeping the circulation going.
yeah, totally, man. Ah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna do something trippy for 2024.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
we need to get some friends involved. I think we get into a chat and we'll talk about certain things, and then we'll obviously get distracted on others and move to that idea and chat about that for a bit. But I think we need to get a friend in,
yes.
bring in the friend. And like I said, I can run a virtual version and put them in a costume if they want, or they can. I mean, I prefer them to be in a costume because it sort of gives a little bit of anonymity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
limited anonymity, but
I mean, some people might just want to be themselves. That'd
mm,
be trippy.
true.
They'll have to provide sort of
Chat with
green
the
screen there.
avatars. That's what I sort of wanted to set up that other PC for. Like I'll do some the
Yeah.
all in one. I'll have that as like a if you want to be here, just jump in front of that and then load the character up and away you go. Use it and then dial in from the separate account. Put the Kenny Koala on there. Dial in with that on the Zoom.
Ooh,
Then it's
weather.
pretty much permanently set up. And if someone wants to join in, they can be a character. They can do it. 'Cause, you know, we get into a chat and we'll talk about certain things, and then we'll obviously get distracted on others and move to that idea and be a chat. I think yeah, we need to get a friend involved. I think
I'm quite interesting with yeah, just the sort of the usual crew on a news show, like the sort of the anchor, the weather person,
Yep, we've got
and
our
that's sort
weather girl now,
mm,
Wendy, Wendy the Windy Chan,
Wendy Chan,
Wendy Chan,
Wendy
Wendy Windy Chan.
Chan. Thank you, no.
I kinda know.
Ono no hito no, ono no hito no, thank you,
Konnichiwa,
weather girl. Hold on.
Orion Sun. Kinky Discus.
Uh, well,
How are you going? It's like almost
yeah,
the
it is, man.
midnight. I think we should call it on
I
the
think we should call it.
streaming part.
Yeah.
But it's been enjoyable, so much nuking going on in the background to do some just one more last little special effect explosions.
Yeah, let's get a nuke going.
Get some special explosions
There we go.
going on in the background just for the
Blam.
blam 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 blam. Let's not forget.
No, don't forget. Yeah, if you need to, we'll just like nuke you again just in case you
Mm-mm.
do.
Mm.
So everyone remembers.
Just wanted to prove that we can do it and that we're prepared to do it more if necessary.
Yeah, that's what you need to understand.
Mm-mm.
So it's all good as long as it's all good.
Yeah, and everything will be good as
Well,
long as we're good. Because, get them, got them good, get
mm,
them before they get you, or else they're going to get you, got them, get them good. Good got 'ems, get them good.
mm, 7.
Special winding out. See. Ooh, stretching of the tape.
Wow,
And it's over.
that's cool. Ooh,
Explosion City. Good effects. The green, I got to work on the green screen bit, but it's still good. It's good enough.
mm,
Got the program now. I can separate them all. Just use
cool.
DaVinci to chop them up into their individual explosions. Right.